Oh, wait, hang on.
Okay.
Probably ought to...
There we go. Much better.
There we go.
So, Damon, you've been telling us, you've been telling me about your,
Yeah, I'm almost done with my story. I know I barely started it, but let me go ahead and finish that up before we move on. So, oh yeah. So, Focus Entertainment closing down their store, and the, turns out that I bought a game called The Surge on their website, and I didn't realize that, so I was like, hey, let me figure this out. And I went on there to try and get the game, but the website's fucked up because the store is closing down. So I had to email them, and they sent me my Steam keys. Now, the Steam key for The Surge was not working, and I was like, and I told them that, and they said, it was like, oh, well, check and see if you have another Steam account. And it was like, I have one Steam account that has anything on it. Like I technically have another, but that was just because I was testing something out, and I can't remember why I have it, but I didn't redeem any games to it, And so I checked, I even checked the one that doesn't have anything on it. It was like, yeah, no, this very clearly is not, no, there's not a, did I drop a thing here? Okay, whatever. Anyways, and so they said, it was like, hey, since this is a, this is a special case and the store's closing down and whatnot, we'll just give you another key, that'll work. And, so they sent me another key, and then I went to redeem it, and through the browser, and Steam browser, well, the Steam, browser, yeah, the browser redemption said, hey, you already own this game. And I was like, bullshit, I own this game, I checked. And so I was looking through my library, looking through, try and see if I'd hidden it by accident or whatever. No. So I redeemed the key on my desktop, and that just worked.
Somehow?
And it didn't... It's not that it necessarily that it just worked. It's more that, like, I had to, like, try it. I had to try it with and without dashes before it worked, and then it just worked somehow. Thank you, Todd Howard, even though Todd Howard had nothing to do with, The Surge. Yeah. That's kind of a not interesting story, but it is somewhat interesting, I suppose. I don't know. Anyways, Damon has been watching Young Justice lately.
Yep.
Please regale us with tales of your,
with your tale of woe?
Tales of your exploration, and of this, I hesitate to use the word television series.
Okay, well, I will admit I did enjoy it, but it does have issues. I do think Season 1's the strongest season. Season 2 not as good.
I would agree there that, yes, Season 1 is the strongest.
Yeah, and Season 3 was not as bad as I thought, but, oh, good God, the animation went down. I mean, I know they use different animation studios, but Season 4, with the lack of animation, and the animation running out with a lot of narration, like, okay, that pisses me off.
Season 4, I feel like they could have cut down by several episodes and not lost anything. Just spread that budget around to the rest of the season.
Yeah. Because when we get to Zatanna's arc, I'm like, oh my god, enough with the exposition!
Please, no more splaining!
Yeah, I mean, the first two arcs were alright, but keep in mind, I just finished Zatanna's arc in Season 4. I'm not done with that yet. But I will say that the biggest issue with the show is lack of focus, introducing too many characters, all over the place. And I think the problems started showing since Rocket joined the team at the end of Season 1. I'm like, we don't know much about you. You have little to no development. And even the characters introduced in Season 2 barely get any development, except maybe Bart Allen and, well, Wood Beetle got a lot of spotlight in Season 2. And also, fuck Lagarde. I hate that bastard.
I liked him, and then I hated him.
Yeah, that's fine.
But then again, I also hate Miss Martian in that show after a point as well.
Yeah, like when she abused her powers in Season 2 and some other stuff.
Oh wow, it's like we're hearing an exact mirroring of the complaints that you and I made back when we were watching the show.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't hate him again, but I can definitely see why, because, you know, Season...
It's one of those things where it's not necessarily that I directly hate the character as much as it is that personally I hate what they wound up doing to the character. It's like with Daenerys in Game of Thrones, where, you know, well, they make you hate the character, and it's not in a good way, you know?
Yeah. But I will say one thing, at least the music in the show is great.
Yeah, I'll have to take your word for that. I don't remember any of the music.
Yeah, and then again, these
I remember
guys
the main
worked on a
theme
lot of DC
song.
shows.
But, you know...
I actually like the theme from Season 1, but that had the better opening.
Yeah. Were you irritated when they started playing that and like this fake nostalgia flashback they had?
Oh, you mean the Season 4 opening?
Well, no, like the one where...
The Fever Dream?
Yeah, the Fever Dream thing,
Season
yeah.
3? Dude!
Yeah.
Monkeys must love you, because you were bananas if you thought the wall man was gonna stay behind the cave and miss this.
A literal
think
fever dream.
I do think that should have been fully animated. That would have made it a lot better, because there are just so many goddamn animation shortcuts.
Yeah, and Season 1 has its fair share of problems, but those problems, like, they're the kinds of things that only I see, and, like, I'm hyperactive about this stuff. I see things that I'm like, that's an animation error, I can't stand that, and then like, everybody else is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, there, it's right there, and then I look like a fucking crazy man, but you know, then you have, like, the really obvious stuff, like in Season 2 is where it really starts. Season 3 and 4 where it gets really bad. Like, that's when the characters just start standing around, not talking.
Yep, and the animation is all bloody stiff. I mean, at least with the first 2 seasons, you know, they had the same 2 animation companies, Lotto and Moy Animation. And their work on the first 2 seasons was good, but, you know, you get to Dr. Movie, Digital Animation, and of course Studio Mir, I don't know how to pronounce that. And it's so stiff. And Studio Mir does all of Season 4, and my god. And this company worked on Legend of Korra and some other shit. In fact, a lot of these companies worked on Western shows.
I remember Legend of Korra looked okay. It was like they had more detail to the animation, but they never had, it was never as good as Avatar. Like, the best that Avatar got, Korra never wound up hitting, and the worst it was worse than your average in Avatar, you know? And I'm not really saying this as anybody who, because I've only seen, like, clips of, like, here's a bad piece of Korra animation, you know?
It reminds me of animation has fallen. Sorry.
Well, South Korean animation can look really good depending on, because, like, there's a lot of stuff like, there's a lot of anime that has good things done in, you know, good cuts done in South Korean studios and whatnot. But,
Sonic X had to rely on a South Korean studio.
yeah, we had a segment in, the Sega forums called Quality Animation. And, Sonic X was, something of a frequent, God damn it. Sonic X had a lot of quote-unquote quality in it.
Oh boy. And
Yep.
I really don't like the bad-looking shots, and it seems like it's more to blame on the key animation stuff. And
Yeah, there's
not so
a
much-
lot of bad key animation in Young Justice, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It's like with Cooler's Revenge. You know, the
Hugh
second Cooler film.
Hugh Scott
Where,
Ferg's going,
you're
fuck this
talking about
movie.
Return of Cooler.
Yeah.
Fuck
Oh
this
yeah,
movie.
Return of Cooler.
Fuck this movie.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie.
There are a
Yeah,
lot
that-
of awful key shots.
Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with that one.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 5, because some of those episodes look awful.
And it's supposed to be one of
Yu-Gi-Oh!
the best arcs in the entire show.
Yu-Gi-Oh! has... Unfortunately, Yu-Gi-Oh! does have some problems.
Yes.
Oh no, that was most of where I was going to go with that, because like they messed up a lot. It's a TV animation thing, unfortunately, where a lot of TV animation winds up cutting corners to meet the deadlines because they air weekly in Japan, and these days, you know, we have seasons, so we're not airing purely weekly anymore.
Yeah.
So you wind up with higher quality stuff.
Now we fight a tank.
Deploy the Landmaster. No, not that tank, Fox.
Non-functional, input interrupted, unpowered, realign. I have to go outside the ship to do it? Okay. Okay, so the reactor's online now. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna steal Starstruck Vagabond. Game came out last year. Jesus Christ. The NPCs in this and many other games, unfortunately, cannot lift a finger to save their own skins.
Yeah. So when I finish Young Justice Season 4, I'll share my final thoughts. Also,
Okay.
let's just say I can't get the Hello Megan theme out of my head, and even I've started saying, Hello Megan!
Oh,
I gotta,
Yeah,
I gotta admit, that's never gonna leave my head now.
Yeah, that...
But hey, at least there's a reason why it's said, so...
It's... I've kind of... Did it bother you, the thing about the, Justice League, like, being all this secretive and covert? Because it really bothered me.
Now, it didn't bother me, but I will say the league is just meh
Yeah.
in this show. But I will admit, I did like Shazam's moments in season 1. He was pretty entertaining.
I thought it was kind of funny how he like the when he was so that thing with the episode with the adults and the kids were all like sent to different parallel dimensions, and the Justice League found out that he was like a kid transforming into an adult. I thought that was pretty funny. Hey, that was pretty good. That was a good idea. But like, I don't like Superboy's relationship with Superman in that show. It bugged the fuck out of me. The way Superman treated that kid, and
Oh no.
And I will say that no, Clark, he's not your brother, even if you treat him like one. He's practically your son and Lex Luthor's. Because
yes, that is
like your DNA.
Which is literally what Kid Flash said in the first episode. Well, second episode technically, but it's a two-parter, so you know.
Yeah, I know. I will admit, Wally's death was bullshit. There's no denying that.
Yeah, I remember Kevin and I screaming at the screen when that happened.
Yes, I saw the reaction. And with other characters, death is just meaningless. Looking at you, Halo. But at least it's one.
Halo as a character is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, she was okay in season 3. Season 4, I'll share my opinion when I get to it.
Yeah.
In fact, I do think that season 3, in some ways, was a little bit better with the characters in season 2, and the time skip isn't as bad, but it still has problems. But I will say, Dick becoming Cyborg was fucked up.
You know what else is fucked up? Having Cyborg's voice actor in that show and not having him voice Cyborg.
Yep, because Kari Payton played a majority of black people in that cartoon. I will admit, Rocket's kid saying, "You got a baby in there," cracked me the fuck up.
Alright, we defeated the Chapter 3 boss. What are we gonna do now? Go to Disney World!
I'm going to Disney World.
Oh my god. What I find a little interesting is...
Oh dear, I forgot.
Characters talking
Come on, they got another one!
Sorry. We do get to see them as minor characters like in maybe a previous episode. But they don't get enough time to develop.
Oh hey, it's the real main character of the game.
Yeah, that's something I appreciate. Is like the background material. It
Hello.
Be decent.
Oh, Luke can summon the frog.
No, it's a Drago.
But there's a lot of really bad world building in that show, where they just don't explain stuff. Like the design of the base is something that I genuinely can't stand.
Well, hello. That's a big mamma jamma.
And the whole,
Oh!
like, the whole secret Justice League thing that, like, the thought that they could even. Yes, there's nothing left, and I'm running out of oxygen. So yes, I am returning.
I don't think this one's happy about its significant other being turned into a cyborg.
For any period of time, kind of bugs me. The idea that you'd be able to keep a giant space base secret. That bugged the hell out of me too.
Yeah, the watchtower.
Yeah, it's like, hey, the watchtower is this big fuck off rock orbiting Earth. Are you like gonna explain anything really? No? Okay then.
And also, I do think something should have been explained, like what happened during the time skip.
The time skip. I think the time skip shouldn't have happened. DC shows have this really irritating habit of skipping a bunch of time that is highly essential to knowing what the hell is going on in the plot. I'm looking at you, Arrow Season 2.
And personally, I think Season 2 had the worst time skip. Like 5 years, and would have been nice if we showed Robin becoming Nightwing, or the characters that got killed off.
God, something I really hate how that show just sidelined Robin towards the end.
Yeah.
It's not like he's one of the most popular characters in your whole thing, guys.
Yeah, you're talking about Dick Grayson?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best one. Though, Tim Drake was very underdeveloped in this show.
I think everybody was underdeveloped in this show, honestly. Because, like, even when the characters get time on screen, they don't have... The stuff doesn't stick, you know? So you've got the...
Now we've got the end of chapter dramatic reading.
So you have the McGann, Connor...
Raspberry Village is now transforming exactly how the newly come peddler had planned. Only a handful of villagers realize that things were good and right are being tossed away one after the other. Although prosperity is increasing, an eerie darkness seems to be growing heavier over the village at the same time. However, within that darkness, a frail young boy grows ever stronger. Soon Lucas will repaint this tale of sadness with a bright new color. The deeper the darkness, the brighter the sunrise at dawn. The once coddled Lucas is now on his way to becoming a brilliant young son.
You say that like you're questioning the way that this was written.
How does the way I'm reading the...
Because every time you end a sentence, your inflection changes to where it sounds like a question. Or an act of confusion. It's like, huh? Who translated this shit?
Worst part and now we get this little montage. I love this transition.
Montage. Even Rocky had a montage.
Yeah, but it's,
like
the
this
development
is
the characters get doesn't stick, especially between seasons. So McGann Connor, that doesn't stick.
Yeah, in Season 2 they break up off screen.
Yeah, McGann Calder, that doesn't stick. Calder and basically anyone, that doesn't stick.
not Calder, Lagoon Boy.
Oh, Lagoon.
Yeah,
Calder, whatever.
I hate Lagoon Boy. Like, Jesus, guys, get a room and stop rubbing it in Connor's face. Now, at least I got why Connor broke up with her. I understood why.
See, like, I can understand it, but the thing is, all of the things that led to him breaking up with her happened off screen. So
That's right.
It's one of those cases where, like, I get it. I ain't gotta like it, but I get it, you know? Like, it's like how in Arrow Season 2, like, Oliver went back to the fucking island after the earthquake and is like, hey, do you maybe want to address Malcolm Merlyn destroying the city? Are we going to address your best friend dying? No, nothing's going to be addressed, okay. Everything's just going to be glossed over.
Now we time skip 3 years later.
3 years later.
So now the question I want to ask is, are there any titties in Titty Boo?
What now?
The name of the club that we're going to be going to is called Club Titty Boo. So now we're suddenly in it. So now Tasmilly Village is suddenly looking more like Onett from Mother 2.
Hey Nintendo, why aren't you printing money with an Earthbound 2 remake or an Earthbound 2 port? Mother 3.
Yep.
Because remember what Reggie said about that? What if this instead? What if...
Yeah, and the sad thing is, the game's only on Switch Online in Japan and not anywhere else.
Fucking hell.
Gay.
Yeah. Even though there are Japanese games on Switch Online outside of Japan.
Sin in Punishment. Released
F-Zero
on the eShop.
Wow.
One of the many cases of where I just do not like Nintendo.
Yeah, as much as I like their franchises, they've done some shady shit.
Cruiser, search for the read, 5860.
I don't even think we need to remind people about Disaster Data Crisis, Fatal Frame 4, and...
So now currency is a thing.
That made up Operation Rainfall.
Money, 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 money.
I remember Operation Rainfall. Operation Rainfall was fucking amazing as a
Campaign.
as a campaign. The fact that we managed to pull it off is even crazier.
Yeah.
All three, and now here's the thing: Xenoblade is the only one to get a fucking port since then. Nope, no Pandora.
No Pandora's Tower or The Last Story.
No Pandora's Tower and no The Last Story ports for Wii U or Switch. And the thing is, Pandora's Tower was the best one, and it took too long to come out. It was like one of the last games published for the Wii.
Yeah, it was a late release. And they shouldn't have to be late releases if Nintendo actually got their shit together.
It came out in Europe before it did in America, and that's why the dub is in British English.
All three games came out in every other region besides North America.
Yep.
Yeah, and I see Tasmilly Village has went from olden day to modern day.
Yeah, like I said, it's becoming more like Onett.
Scrolling with Zoobs.
Yeah.
Pick up 10 ball garbage.
You want to know another game that almost suffered the same fate?
Sure.
What?
Which one?
Devil's Third.
That should have suffered the same fate.
Yeah. Because it turned out to be a pretty terrible game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nintendo, I think that they kind of... I heard somewhere along the line Nintendo was not originally going to publish it, and then NXT was going to step up if they didn't, but then they backtracked and decided, yeah, we're going to publish it. And I can only imagine it was due to the fact that Nintendo was just desperate for
anything that could ship a Wii U, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
We know how well that went, right?
coulda, woulda, shoulda, guys.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, lightning has mysteriously hit a number of places in this village, including the shed where the sheep were. You heard reggae music, man.
You're in reggae
yes,
music,
Jamaica, man.
man.
Yes, we got the lack of Jamaica, man.
Yes, man. Come to Tasmilly Village.
Ah, fuck.
So we got at least two new characters revealed for Bleach Rebirth of Souls.
Hello. Shooter alert.
both of
Hey,
both of who joined.
it is I, 0x.
Hi.
Good
Hey.
Yeah.
You don't happen to be from Mega Man, do you?
No.
Well,
It's like
maybe.
it's like his avatar on this server is Giyu Tomioka, but well, not. But everywhere else, it's Black Zero from Mega Man and X.
X dive, yeah, because they did back when the game was going on, they did a Devil May Cry collab. Like they gave Zero and X the Virgil and Dante style costumes and even their sort of movesets.
I'm betting X was just like, why am I dressed in red? And
yeah,
and Zero just be like, I don't know.
because Capcom needs money somehow.
Yeah.
So in case you're wondering what I'm playing, it is the one Earthbound game we never get over here.
Mother 3.
Yep.
Got 500 credits somehow.
Speaking of Capcom trying to get money, there was a time when they were actively shooting themselves in the foot on trying to do the opposite.
Well, you know, they still haven't put out that, there's a lot of things they haven't put out.
I know one game was like an Ace Attorney game that they didn't want to translate and put out to North America.
Oh yeah, that was, Investigations. Investigations 1 did not come out in North America until, the recent collection they put out.
Jesus Christ.
Which is a shame, because it's a good game. Really good game.
Yeah.
So now we got a train station.
And then there was the Great Ace Attorney, which it was like, fuck, we localized all the other ones, so they take place in San Francisco. How do we change that? And it's like, well, could do what every other franchise that has stuff like that happen, and just not explain it. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck you, this one takes place in Japan.
There was also a time where they were going to bring out Mega Man Universe and Legends 3 until they canceled them.
Yeah.
Remember Mega Man and Volna is still stuck on the moon, and humanity
Like
is
how-
extinct.
Like how Guts was stuck on that boat.
And then okay, Alex, here's the thing. Guts was stuck on the boat. He got off of the boat. Then he remained on Elfheim for a while. Then he got back on the boat, and the journey was off screen until they ended up being in the until Guts ended up being in the slammer by what's his face of the Kushans? Salat? Salat's like, Guts is too dangerous. He needs to be detained immediately. What? Okay then. Hey, douchebag, you want another round of an ass whooping?
So, Spider-Man 2 launched for PC recently.
Yeah.
Turns out the game's not just horribly optimized on PS5, it's also horribly optimized for PC as well.
God damn it, OBS disconnected, now it's reconnected.
Oh dear.
Oh boy, technical issues.
Would be a crew stream.
It all comes back to Capcom, especially with their
Oh,
bad
hold on.
track record of fighting games. Looking at you, Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
What says cool?
Street Fighter
Oh,
5,
wait.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Well, Infinite was the biggest blood, the one that broke the camel's back for me.
Yeah.
Even, I would recommend a video from Stumblebee where he basically kind of talks about like what kind of went wrong, and he summarizes it pretty well.
I would trust Mac Muscles with anything, but unfortunately, he decided to be a freedom-hating douchebag.
Yeah, I've seen the tweets from him back in 2018. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Matt McMuscles is still, he's still got some decent knowledge about the fighting game community, so...
And when I ended up getting
good stuff to say about,
when I ended up getting on Scott Fergus's case for him being like, Trunks' aesthetic in BoJack Unbound looks so cool, and I'm like, now if only you abridged it. And then his brigade of simps were, including Matt McMuscles, got on my case, and I'm like, Matt, weren't you the guy who told people that supported Nick to unfollow you like a man-child?
Yeah, that guy's an idiot.
Oh yeah, did you see that Mars Girl privated again?
Stupid cow.
You
Yeah,
know,
but
she
it's
is
her what? Her Blue Sky or her Twitter?
Yes.
I don't even remember, but she's gone off the thing again. And she posted about something where she was like, oh, I'm going off to do some thing. I don't even remember what it was. And people were like, hang on, didn't you say that you were like hard up for money? Why are you going to this concert if you're hard up for money?
Yeah, she grifted in the audience again. To the surprise of no human being.
She was getting caught up on
that 11-hour piece of crap. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, fuck no.
Nope, I have no time for that. I gotta catch up on other animes I need to watch through.
I'd rather watch
I
Speed
wouldn't-
Race.
I
wouldn't even watch it for 1 second.
I have 200 episodes of EFAP to listen to.
But yeah.
I'd rather spend 12 hours watching paint dry.
I really
I'd rather
God
get
dang
to
it.
games I haven't finished yet, or even shows I haven't finished yet.
Man.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, I've been practicing King of Fighters on one of my new modded fight sticks that I just recently finally
This company only wants this egg so they can take it apart for science.
Actually,
of course they
yeah.
want to take it apart for science. Immortality is a hell of a drug.
Of course. Actually, yeah. Let me put this in the broadcast chat.
Oh, so you want your sister to live forever? Can we like? Hey, can we like? You know, we could probably like give your sister some of the egg, and then take the rest of the egg off, or maybe we could clone it.
Or maybe
I could use the Star Trek time travel thing to go back in time and duplicate them.
Or maybe, Alex, maybe we just kill them.
You know that's not a bad idea.
I'm joking, obviously.
Yeah, alright. It's in the broadcast chat.
Some people will be like, murder isn't the best solution. I'm like, tell that to anybody who's played Resident Evil. Well, Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey, that entirely depends on the context.
Because let's just say that, let's just say you are perfectly...
Dealing with zombie presidents, it absolutely is an option. The best option.
If he's dealing with a bunch of cannibals who have a case of the munchies, then yes, that is also an option, since that's self-defense and not actually murder.
Has anybody here heard of Cannibal the Musical?
No.
No.
I know you haven't, Kevin. You didn't hear about it the last time I asked you. It's early film from the South Park guys. Came out on Blu-ray recently.
Of course it did. They'll release anything on Blu-ray these days, except for or except for the 2003 Clone Wars animated series, which features biblically accurate force usage from Jedi Masters like Mace Windu.
And biblically accurate General Grievous.
Yes, not that bitch from the 2008 Clone Wars show.
Just a 500 credit shit from here.
And
Why is there 500 credits just laying
Look,
on
I
the
love-
guys?
Look, I love Matthew Wood's voice as Grievous, but come on. At least it was justified how he got bitched out by Obi-Wan, since that's taking place after he got his chest crushed
Yeah, I was
by
about to say,
Windu.
That's literally hours later.
So
There's no explanation as to why he's coughing.
And meanwhile, in the 03 Clone Wars series, he's in season 2,
Literally
Grievous
see
was...
Windu shatter his chest.
Yes, after... And keep in mind, in the novels, Grievous bitched out Windu to the point where Windu was like, I've fought some tough sons of bitches in my lifetime. I ain't fighting that motherfucker ever again.
Now that I look back, I remember I met with Matt McMuscles and Wooly back when they were still friends before they branched off to do their own thing. This was like back in 2018.
Matt Mundane.
No,
Matt McMuscles, not Mundane Matt.
No, but
Monday, be there or be square.
Nobody wants to admit to meeting Mundane Matt.
No.
Yeah. God, he turned into a fucking sellout
Yeah.
and a douchebag.
Oh, the same I could say for Maximilian.
sellouts are shitty.
Yeah.
It really is a shame because Maximilian Dude, who was just like, you know.
The crazy thing is that dude got so ass mad over someone who was very knowledgeable about Dead or Alive, and dude just straight up blocked him.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upgrade unit to a trading post in the Jazz sector.
Got some beef jerky.
Like, not only that, people even called him out for not understanding SNK stuff. Like, the only things he liked out of it was like Terry Bogard, Rock, and like Geese Howard, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of beef jerky, I'm eating some right now.
Oh, nice. That's what I used to get through our Young Justice stuff was jerky.
It's telling us to wait. Mr. T?
What?
Are you...
Mr. T? Named Man. T-Man?
By the way, rest in peace to the original voice of He-Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, rip.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, like, the guy was very secluded. From what I heard.
Yeah. So now we're fighting mushrooms.
Oh, this item that appeared in Smash Ultimate.
Boing.
There she blows.
I hear it's like they're doing a purposefully doing a samba.
It's like dancing to the rhythm.
You gotta dance like you want to win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how Shinji, Asuka, Robin, and Slade had to get by.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's
This thing is called Slytherin.
Slither hen.
A snake with a chicken's head.
Ow. Ah! Get him, Boney. The cutest puppy ever. I got another mushroom.
But
Let's hope
I
there's
guess to
never
end it off, yeah. Go ahead.
let's hope there's never a point in this game where Lucas and Boney will end up going on a drug trip.
Jesus. That background is looks like a straight up acid trip.
Let's be frank here. The Mother series, by its own
What?
accord, is one big fucking acid trip.
Thank you, Shigesato Itoi.
Who, by the way, ended up voicing in a Hayao Miyazaki movie.
Oh, interesting.
He was the father in My Neighbor Totoro,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, in the Disney dub of that, he was voiced by Tim Daly,
Hey,
Huh.
Superman.
while also looking like Clark Kent in that movie. I wish I was kidding. Dude looks like a Japanese Clark Kent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to steal your biscuits. It's the least you can do for me, saving you from certain death.
So anyway, the two new characters in Bleach Rebirth of Souls that were announced consist of Ikaku Madarame
Mm-hmm.
and Noitora Gilga.
Oh.
Ikaku Madarame being a member being third seed of Squad 11. And a very lucky man.
Mm-hmm.
The baldest motherfucker on the face of the planet.
Alex, he's not bald, he just has a shaved head. You should know better.
That's the same as being bald by choice.
Yeah, but Ikaku is very insistent that he just has a shaved head.
Just from pointing out the fact that he's bald, that sounds like a very comical discussion that would happen in the anime.
Sounds like
It is.
it sounds like Edward Elric's Constant. And who are you calling short?
He's voiced by the same person in the
I
original
know,
dub.
I know, that's why I pointed that out.
My mom was
Shorty, can a
my-
shorty do this?
My mom was honestly surprised that when we watched Bleach and we saw Ikaku, she was like, "That's Vic?"
Yeah, it's a very different kind of voice for him.
Yeah.
Except some people think it isn't.
I mean, when you know an actor's voice well enough, you can, or a person's voice well enough, you can pick him out a mile off. But that's
Steve Bloom.
Yeah.
Well, listen to him as Guilmon and Digimon, and then you'll just be like, "That's Steve Bloom."
Yeah.
No, that was
or
just-
hell, who was the character he voiced in fucking Gurren Lagann? That's
Liron?
Lyra.
yeah, that's not a Steve Bloom type role, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's even more amusing because Liron in Japanese is voiced by Vash Masaya Onosaka, who was the original Jadeite in Sailor Moon.
Huh.
Yeah.
Whom in English is voiced by Todd Haberkorn.
Yep. still remember. I can't believe it's been almost like a decade now when Viz announced we're gonna redub Sailor Moon. I was like head over heaven over that. Like I was so excited.
Todd has an amazing voice as Jadeite.
Yeah. I think the cutest castings that caught me off guard was I think Michelle Ruff and Johnny Young Boss as Artemis and Luna.
Yeah.
I think there was like I was so heavy into that.
And you know, well, I
have
believe
3
the
boxes of
I believe
Sailor Moon pastel crayons.
I believe the
Don't ask me how I got
oh dear,
got
somebody's
them when I was a kid.
Bodhi, why did you have to point out that somebody's clothes were just strewn about? Come on, be better. All right, let's go investigate.
You gotta do better, Senator. Did you see that Sam's not even on the Super Soldier Juice?
You don't seem all that unsettled that a child caught you in this state of undress.
Oh, there we go. But yeah, in the new Captain America trailer,
Yeah.
Sam says, "Man, I should have taken that serum." It's like why? Why didn't you take that serum?
Yeah, why indeed? Unless it was the Stark serum.
I'm taking that fucking serum. If you can give me Captain America powers, right? I'm taking that fucking serum.
Oh my god.
Chris Hansen, where are you right now? We need you.
God damn.
And like, I'd just do that to have, like, you know, a little...
Connected again.
I wouldn't even need to, That's weird, because you're talking to us, and I'm connected to YouTube. How does this keep happening? This happened to me last week.
Yep. Well, okay, I get the impression that Ionia actually just dunked Lucas underwater. Or just for a while.
Like he was trying to give Lucas a baptism.
Okay, we better leave him. So now we have PSI powers. So we have healing, curing status elements, and a damage all enemies attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go through the Tap
On a sec.
Asteroid field anyway, so I might as well stop off at Tapper Prime and get that done before I go on to the side quest.
Okay, now I need to actually go back to Tesmile.
Come on. Find me that derelict. It's stress signal, whatever. I'll go get it.
Boom, shaky lakey. How do you like me now?
So the Grammys were last night. Does anybody care?
No.
Nope. No.
Fuck no.
Couldn't give a damn.
They're about as important as the Oscars.
I'm gonna say what Eminem did. Fuck the Grammys. Beyonce won Best Country Album. I don't really understand that. Apparently they only administered 8 awards during the actual show, and everything else was was done like off screen. Why?
Just nuts.
Why would you
It's
do something
absolutely
like that?
insane.
You would watch the award show to see the awards be presented.
They must have not had enough money in the budget.
And
The biggest
You
circle
don't have
jerk in Hollywood.
no, that would be the Oscars. This was the Grammys. The Grammys. So apparently the Beatles won a Grammy for the new song that was based on an old demo, which is really cool because they salvaged John Lennon's voice from an old recording.
Yeah.
It's actually really neat the way they managed to pull that off.
Still one of my favorite bits from Family Guy where Brian just scares Stewie with the Beatles album, Queens of the World.
The news of the world.
Here's $50. And then the lottery ticket. So, thanks for letting me be Yoda. Yep.
By the way, y'all tuned into the Real Game Awards?
No?
Yeah, I think
did
so.
not. I did not. I saw a lot of people bitching that the Angry Video Game Nerd made an appearance.
I saw that.
I also saw the developer of, what was it, Bloodborne Kart was bitching about being given an award.
Yeah, Nightmare
And
Cart.
Nightmare Cart. And Stuttering Craig was like, okay, we gave you this award because we thought your game was good. Can you shut the fuck up now?
Then
And I was
there's
like, yeah.
Sulaco
Craig's-
no.
Yeah, Craig's had his issues over the years, you know. Oh, but hey, credit where it's due. The man was, you know, standing up for saying, is like, hey, we're not gonna rescind this award just because you bitched about it. And we thought your game was good. We don't care that you're trans or whatever.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'd rather watch the Real Game Awards over the one
Yeah, I don't
separate.
wanna attend
But, yeah.
masses directed by the Doritos Pope.
Yeah, I saw the meme where like Multiverses was gonna shut down. It's like, and yet a few months back it was given the Game Award of the Year. I'm like, yeah, about that. I think.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, King of Fighters 15 would like an apology. I shall send it right now.
Multiverses is Game of the Year, and then Game of the Year, and that it only lasts a year.
Yet it got snubbed over KOF 15 and whatever they had
Alright,
available.
let's see here. 5X Vidium Core.
Oh.
I need to see what upgrades are available.
Oh man. Part of me just had mood whiplash realizing King of Fighters turned 30 last year. I'm like, oh my god.
Yep.
Anybody feel old yet?
A little bit.
I feel old almost every day.
I'm older than King of Fighters.
1994.
King of Fighters came out the same year I was born.
Yeah.
I was born in '92. In fact, my birthday is next month.
Yep,
Oh,
which
happy
is
birthday.
and on his birthday.
It's actually the release date of the Bleach game.
Yeah.
Yep. Which, by the way, the other character that was revealed was Noitora Gilga, the Quinta Espada, whom is a salty, and I do stress salty, motherfucker, who couldn't stand the fact that Neliel was just that much better than him.
So basically, he's a salt mine.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh.
Good to know.
Oh my.
Boom, shakalaka.
Is celebrating its 30th anniversary.
Well, now that I look back at the history of the series, it's like I feel like SNK kind of doomed themselves when they put 94 on it, and they pretty much committed to releasing a KOF game on a yearly basis.
Ooh. Trench coat.
And tomorrow is my older
Look like
sister's
I'm from Blade
birthday.
Runner.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday to
Hey,
you.
Gizmo.
Gimzo.
Yes.
I've got a
How's
black
the-
trench coat and a white outfit.
Oh, by the way,
Kind of
Gizmo. Oh, earlier, or
Flasher
we.
Andrew WK.
So Gizmo, we are talking about Bleach Rebirth of Souls briefly with both of its new trailers, which featured Ikaku Madarame and Noritora Gilga. So we finally got another Arrancar in the game. And so Noitora's weapon is like a gigantic double crescent
That's really
moon
disappointing.
blade.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I saw those trailers.
So which one intrigued you more?
Neither.
Couldn't possibly be secretly writing a novel.
Well, no, that's a lie. Taco, I guess.
No. Oh, there's no Chloe. Chloe was all a ruse. Stricken relative package number 4. Oh, it's funny that I put on the fucking Blade Runner jacket.
And
when
Boney,
we're
he
getting
went
a
up a
Blade
level.
Runner reference.
Hey, what a coincidence!
That was added to the memory package in the most recent update.
Ah, Ionia left.
They made an egg out of fiberglass.
Where'd they
and
go?
planted it near the giant purple egg in the center of the galaxy. So we've been traipsing all over the quadrant just for a stupid test.
Riveting.
It'll be quite a while before you can try for middle management again. Why would anybody want to try out for middle management? Transfer to a mega level field support. Oh dear!
What else was talked
No,
about?
no, I don't want this. I don't
We
want
were
this
talking
bit.
about the fact that Multiverses was apparently garnered Game of the Year award, but
It
Yeah, last
got
year-
snubbed by King of
Yeah, last
Fighters
year-
15 and others.
Last year, Multiverses was given Game of the Year, and that must have just been because it was a game that would last a year. Excuse me, because it's done.
It shouldn't have to be, though.
yeah, it didn't
No,
have
you
to
can
be,
still
but
play it offline, but like,
Nah, but dude. How much have you talked about Multiverse already?
not much.
yeah.
Well, I got a lot to say about it because apparently the head of the project was at fault for everything that happened, from gameplay being slower to the in-game shop being horrendous to even the grind of having to unlock characters. Because you're familiar with unlocking characters, right? You
Yep.
do a certain amount of tasks, you do something over and over again for a certain amount of time, then boom.
Yeah, you do a thing, you get
You
a
got your
thing.
character, right? Like say Melee. Yeah, like say Melee, for example. We're all familiar with how you unlock Mewtwo or Falco. You have to, play a certain character at a certain difficulty.
Or in a good game like Brawl.
And
Notice
here
the
were the-
silence when you said that. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding. But for real though, we're all aware of how.
Yeah,
Of how.
Yeah.
Perform a
normal it is.
task, you get a new thing.
Yeah. So here were the best fighting game nominees. There was Tekken 8, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, MVC Fighting Collection, and Multiverse.
Sure, yeah, clean up. Find a place.
Those were the ones.
Yep.
So here's
Linda?
the reason I bring this up. The reason why I bring up specifically the character unlocks is you
Hang on.
don't
I just want
unlock.
to bring up something here. I just told my new assistant to clean the toilets. We don't have any toilets on board this ship.
Yeah.
So she's going to be searching high and low for our non-existent toilets.
Oh, dear.
Wait a minute. Is the
What?
game you're playing in the universe of Demolition Man or something?
No.
No,
we're far in the
'cause
future
Dem-
past Demolition
No,
Man.
because here's the thing. Demolition Man actually has toilets.
Demolition Man was a documentary.
You still gotta use 3 seashells.
Yep. I think Sandra Bullock is still being asked to this day what the fuck the 3 seashells mean.
Yeah.
Which, if I was her, I'd say.
I do 3 seashells.
Yeah, if I was her, I'd say ask the writer because I don't fucking know.
It's sort of like this, like how people are still saying you can't see John Cena. But there's a reason why I bring up the character unlocks. So, like, we've literally just said how familiar we are with unlocking characters through tasks and stuff like that, in-game tasks.
That's the kind of thing where you'd have to be living under a fucking rock to not know how that works, you know?
Well, the thing is, in multiverses, it doesn't work that way exactly. So,
Oh, here comes a
Oh, so-
train.
So you'd have to be a game executive.
Ow.
What happens is that every time you fight, you get like a certain amount of in-game cash, which is fine. So that gives you like.
So it works kind of like it does in Fortnite then.
Fuck to the no. In-game cash. I'm not talking like Robux or whatever the fuck. You have to buy cash to use cash.
Well, you can earn cash.
Why would you compare a good game to a game that's overly normy?
Oh dear, I'm feeling feverish.
Good.
Use speed.
The reason why I bring it up is because the more characters you unlock, the more they cost. At first, it doesn't sound that bad. Like, say, a character costs 50 coins. Okay, I'll just fight a couple matches there. Bought it. Now the characters cost 100. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just fight a little more longer than that. Okay, I
So
bought
it's
the character for 100 coins.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Then it's 200, then it's 500, then it's 1,000. It gets tedious.
Basically
The
want
Adventures
you
of
to.
Dick Smallwood.
They basically want you to fight. They basically want you to essentially use real world currency.
Yeah, they want you to either waste your life or waste your money.
Damn.
I'd rather waste my life, but if it's to the point where I think it's too much and I feel like I have to use real money, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quit.
Oh, and they revealed that the last two characters are going to be Aquaman and Lola Bunny.
Oh.
Why?
Lame, fucking lame.
Is it at least the cool Aquaman?
Keep in mind,
Sadly,
we've gotten Smith before Neo. We've gotten the Powerpuff Girls, but no Mojo Jojo. We've gotten a Dexter's Laboratory stage, but no Dexter, Mandark, or DD. We've gotten a reference to the Animaniacs with neither of the brothers or the sisters.
Wacko, Yakko,
or
and
Dot.
I'm Captain
Dot.
Real Name.
The Dot. It's literally the
Dot. Oh, right. I'm just saying. Okay. Right, you're
reference
right.
to the Dot.
So the only Teen Titan that's been
no,
in.
that's clever, actually.
So the only Teen Titan that's in this game was
Oh my
Raven.
God. It's
No,
Wolf.
no,
Right. And
Well,
she's
no,
one name
that's
in that
understandable.
game.
That's understandable. That's more understandable as to why there's only one, because Raven is not a Teen Titans character. She's a DC character that's in the team of Teen Titans that's also owned by DC Comics, and DC Comics aren't owned by Warner Brothers. But despite that's just
Please try not
that's just to pick it. That's grasping at straws, though. There's a lot of other characters that are under
for
Warner
your
Brothers.
actual captain.
They could have used a lot of other characters, and again, they could have added some for others. Like, okay, cool, we
Ship
got
is a
Jason,
giant skip with
we got
engines.
Batman, we got Joker, but again, you have a stage of Dexter, but no Dexter, Mandark, DD.
I mean, there was a Dead or Alive game that had
cool with the Rick and Morty
Yeah.
stage. But
there was a Dead or
There's
Alive
no
game that
there's
had.
no Scooby-Doo.
Hold on. You were saying, Kev?
All of a sudden,
He gives Velma and Shaggy. How did
all of a
Gave
sudden,
us-
Adventures in the Galaxy of Fantabulous Wonderment.
You gave us Velma and Shaggy, but no Scooby-Doo. That's the most confusing part. You gave us LeBron, but no Michael Jordan?
Well, LeBron is a tie-in to the new movie.
Right,
Why does
but
anybody want LeBron James?
that's
defense
tie-in-
is
but
shit!
That new movie is a sequel to the original.
His defense is
refuse.
shit.
I'd rather watch the original Space Jam. Thank you.
Like,
They're
when
both-
people...
To quote YMS, what's the point of Space Jam if there's no
In my
jam?
opinion, they're both equally as funny for. They're both equally as funny for different reasons, but like that's another topic entirely. That's a different topic entirely. Dude, I'm just
Thank
saying
you,
there's a
Paul.
lot. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that could have fixed, things that could have added before others. You know, characters,
All right.
stages, features. But they just
You're
refuse to
hijacked
do
by
it.
some
And, dude,
scary eyebrows.
This is a game. This is a game that currently at the highest peak is 500 players online. That's not bad, but at the same time, it's a free-to-play game. it shouldn't.
Yeah.
The lowest shouldn't be 500. It should be at the lowest 2,000, 1,000. At the very lowest. If it's 500 and it's a free-to-play game, that spells trouble to me. And these are licensed
Take 2
characters
upgrade
too.
units and I can get a new
Yeah.
module.
It's just the amount of
Module
budget it would take to just the amount of money to shell out to use those characters.
No, but it shouldn't have to. They own the characters. Warner Brothers owns all these characters as well as versions of said characters. They own the Teen Titans version. They own the Teen Titans cartoon version of Raven.
Yeah.
As well as other characters. They own Powerpuff Girls. They own Hanna-Barbera. They own Samurai Jack. You're telling me that 2 characters is like the limit they have for every announcement? You gave us 2 DC superheroes, 2 of the most iconic ones, and the third one is going to be Aquaman?
It's like
3. Correction, 3. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. 4th is Aquaman. We all know it's either going to be, I don't care if it's either Super Friends Aquaman or Jason Momoa Aquaman. Either one is going to be disappointing because it's not because her Aquaman, her water. No, it's because of the fact that you could have gotten anyone else to give us.
Gandalf, Harry Potter.
Gandalf, Harry Potter. You could have given us a fucking like Yogi Bear. I don't care. It's like you could have given us 4 characters each revealed. That would have at least made sense. These are 2.
And meanwhile, the only fighting game representation for Beast Boy is the fucking
These
mobile.
are Smash Brother-esque characters. I feel like these are easier to program for than say like a 2D or a 3D-esque character, like something from Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Virtual Fighter. I feel like Smash Brothers, like anything, is easier to program.
By the way, Gizmo, would you like me to tell you about one of the only representation ends of Beast Boy in fighting games is?
What?
It's the Injustice 2 mobile game where he has the lamest fucking moveset imaginable. Like, holy hell! What did they do to my boy?
I didn't know we won from Injustice from Multiverses, but
Well, that's because they're owned by the same company, so. Oh, I thought it was somewhat tangentially related. Plus, they're both fighting games.
yeah,
I would've-
does not compare to a platform fighter.
Yeah, I
I'd
know
say,
that.
they really should have had more characters because like this is one of those games where it's like it's decent enough in terms of what it is, but you just don't have the staying power. And speaking of not having the staying power, Overwatch.
Yeah.
Fuck
Was carried by porn.
Yeah.
Right now, fuck Overwatch because of fuck Blizzard, the way they're treating their customers and their fucking fans. What are you doing? You're your own reason why people switch from there to fucking Paladins and Marvel Rivals at this point. Shut your ass up, Blizzard.
Marvel Rivals gives us extra thick Invisible Woman.
To 2 characters a year. Multiverses got like at least 1 more above that, along with a stage.
Dude. And the females actually look beautiful, dare I say.
Yeah,
Marvel
I mean,
Rivals.
Overwatch.
Yeah, let's keep it.
Overwatch's got a few characters, but they don't look as good as their first models.
They don't look as good at. They don't look as good as Sue Storm. Storm does. Pleasant Bar.
Sue Storm isn't even that kind of a character, and she looks better than say fucking half of the newer female roster in Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
They got Sue Storm out here looking like Mrs. Incredible.
Yeah.
And our boy.
I'm sorry, ambiguous characters in Overwatch 2. Oh, it's a they them, and I do not care.
I do not give a shit.
My pronouns are fuck off.
Yeah, your gender pronouns go fuck yourself.
Oh wait. Oh wait, I think I got something.
My pronouns are suck dick. Shut up, fucking Blizzard.
I got one. My pronouns are.
My pronouns are free Taiwan.
Oh.
My pronouns are asshole.
My pronouns are Tiananmen Square.
So you're part of the lyrics to Tenacious D's Karate.
Oh, you guys saw that where they did the happy birthday bit? It's like, make a wish.
Don't
I'm
miss
like-
Trump next time. No, don't miss your meds next time.
I'm like, excuse me? Why you just ask yourself to get canned, your ass canned. That
I'm
way.
surprised
Yeah.
Boney went up a
Ugh.
level.
Jack Black didn't get pissed.
Oh,
Jack Black did
jeez.
get pissed. He broke up the band over that.
Did he legitly? I thought it was just like a temporary break.
No, they canceled the tour. The band Tenacious D is done.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Kyle.
And it took him opening his mouth about the president.
Like,
Yep.
you could see on stage, like, Jack is like,
It's like, seriously?
what the fuck?
He's like,
Kyle,
dude,
man?
time and place. What the fuck are you doing?
Dude, this is not the time and place to do this.
If Jack Black is the fun uncle that you love to have over, his partner is the friend of the uncle you only tolerate because he's the one with the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah,
Kyle's the guy who owns the tour bus.
Yeah, you know what ain't right? The multiverse is having to shut down after 1 year. Fucking Christ,
Yeah.
I'm still not over. I'm still not over that. I'm sorry. It's just they could have made so many good decisions.
No.
They
Yeah,
didn't.
I'm not happy about multiverses shutting down either.
I don't even care that they play slightly different than
Oh,
than
can I,
Smash. Like, okay, yeah, they tire after dodging too much. That's kind of genius, so people won't have to spam it.
Oh, can you, like, give me the comlink signal frequency for the elaborate gesture so that we could get you off my fucking ship? There's history there you wouldn't understand. I played your game.
That's the other thing too. I'm seeing people like making like mods for the thing, so now they're trying to add in Optimus Prime and what was it, the Radio Demon from Hell of a Boss in Transformers? No, I'm sorry, Hazbin Hotel in Transformers.
That's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged reference.
The door made me, Joey.
You can accept that I'm invisible, but not my gun. What are you, racist?
You know, you know what? I someone pulled off of Skullgirls and let's say some other company came in, bought the rights off of Multiverses and decided to say, you know what? I want this to continue. If someone else were to come in and buy the rights to Multiverses and if Warner Brothers says yes,
Oh, they'd have to file off the serial numbers.
I don't fucking care how long it takes. It could take me it'd take a whole goddamn 5 years. And just give it to someone who cares and knows.
Yeah.
what they're
By the
doing.
way, do
And-
not
and
fight
have-
those things with only Lucas and Boney.
And then we won't have to have like half of a character cast that we kind of wanted as our last characters. Like, dude, you know how many characters people wanted to see in Multiverses. People wanted Lola Bunny. People wanted more than just 3 DC characters that weren't, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. We already knew Harley.
It's like free money on the plate, Warner Brothers. You might as well take advantage of that. But nope.
I legit thought they were gonna add in, more items too, because everything just felt.
Well, we gotta go work at the factory.
Like, think about it like this: if they could have, if I said, I already said it once. If I said it once, I said it again. They needed to have themed items for Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and not just generic boxing glove.
Or the game's equivalent to
Catching
the red and
it,
green shells.
Boost arrows. Yeah, at least something like that. Like,
It's like, add some
like maybe-
variety to spice
like
it
maybe
up.
the item boxes are like these like little caps, like the little TVs from like Sonic.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some items like the Bonanza Brothers blasters, or like Puyo Puyo ships that you can like throw, and they're like blue shells. something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the same thing should have happened in Multiverses. Okay, you got a Batarang. Okay. But that's only when Batman misses his throw. You got a pie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's it? No items? This is supposed to be a platform fighter. Give me Mr.
That was what.
Give me
It
Mr.
reminds-
Freeze's gun, man. Give me
Oh, yeah.
give me Mr.
You know what
Freeze's
that-
gun. Give me like Michael Jordan's like sneakers or something like that.
Super speed.
They got Jordans in Fortnite.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Dude, I'll even take the One Ring. Like, you know how there's like an invisibility cloaking device in Melee? There
Yeah.
should have been
Yeah.
like there should have been like something akin to that, like with
Oh,
the
phony.
one, you get the One Ring in the game, you become invisible temporarily, sort of like that. You
Yeah,
know,
that would have been cool.
Or like
Yeah.
if you pick up the metal box, you don't get knocked out as easily.
right? Or like maybe like they could have had summonings. Like if
Huh?
you're not gonna have DD as a playable character, have her as a summoning. Like it'd be
Yeah.
kind of funny because it makes sense considering DD's always wrecking shit that don't belong to her.
Oh,
Picking
like
up like
assist
robotic,
Oh, like assist trophies, yeah.
picking
I
up
see what you
robotic
mean.
pillars and stuff and throwing them on the ground. Maybe that could be like her thing. She picks you up and just throws you. The fact that she's alive, I feel like she's got some brain damage if she thinks it's okay to wreck stuff like that advanced.
Yeah, and she's not DW age either.
Yeah.
She's the older one too. Jesus Christ.
I love how everybody looks back on that episode of Arthur and is like, yeah, Arthur was definitely justified.
You know, it's like DW and DD are like in the same tier of like I don't like you and why are you here?
Yeah.
Moving on from Multiverses, because if we keep talking, I'm just gonna be here all day talking about characters and stages they could have had,
Yeah.
That's all good.
and items and modes and okay, yeah. Otherwise, I'm just gonna make a tier list of characters that should have, could have, would have, but didn't get into the Multiverses.
Meanwhile, Beast Boy did at least get into one popular free-to-play game.
He was in Fortnite, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Popular.
The
I mean, you
overrated
call
game.
it can't be normie and not be popular.
It can be, but it can be normie and be shit compared to other shooters that came out after and before.
Yeah. I'm
You
not
can play
disagreeing with that.
You can play as Spider-Man with a gat.
Yeah.
Fuck off then.
I summoned Spider-Man with a gat.
I summon Spider-Man in attack mode. I give him the BFG.
Wow, one of my favorite fan arts was like Goku and Vegeta holding weapons. Goku's like, hey, use this thing, and Vegeta's like, not now, Kakarot, I'm in the middle of something.
Invincible with the gun made more sense because I at least know he actually used the damn thing when he came back.
Remember that one time when Peter went into Fortnite?
Fuck off.
And they made him buff as fuck.
That was hilarious.
He makes sense. He's done some crazy shit. You put characters like Peter Griffin and Homer Simpson and like Ripley and Indiana Jones. They make sense.
Homer Simpson should have been in Fortnite.
Fired a fucking gun before. Oh yeah, Silent Rob deleted his channel.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That guy.
Wait, what?
Silent Rob?
Yeah,
Explain.
Silent Rob. So, okay, so for those who are just listening in or just forgot and didn't care, Silent Rob is a legacy YouTuber who's been around almost since the beginning of its heyday, making videos about video games, current events, that kind of thing, but mostly about video games. He had stuff in his life that happened that became infamous, like the Action 52 review, part 1 and 2, his video with Roach, his
What
Broly
was
rant.
the Action 52 review? Remind me of that.
It was just him playing the game and showing you how shitty it is, and
So what was the problem with that?
the origin of I trusted you game. No, it's not got nothing to do with that. I'm just saying that's one of the things he's famous for.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on. He had he got off the internet for a while, but then he came back, and then a little more of a hiatus, but then came back for good this time, after the whole YouTube gang streaming services was a thing. You know, the very beginning of that. So
Then,
recently, as what, a few months ago? Recently, as a few months ago, it's been revealed that he was actually on Fent. He had a drug problem. He and his
Well,
wife had a he and his wife had a drug problem. He was trying to get off of it. He was lucky to actually get off of Fent cold turkey by himself, to the point where even the doctors say he's lucky, because there's almost nobody can go cold turkey just like that. Apparently he's off the Fent. Nobody believes him, but that's here nor there. After a while, though, because he's been absent for a bit. Again, not a hiatus absent, but just absent for a bit, because people were wondering what happened. He started doing $8 memberships. Now, that's fine, except for the fact that he locked most of his legacy content behind the $8 memberships, as well as a few recent stuff. And just to give you the idea of legacy stuff that he hid behind the paywall, he hid Brony rants. He hid the Brony rant, What is Cool, the GameStop rant, his PS2, PS1 handheld collection, as well as a few recent streams behind the $8 paywall. Now, it's fine if you want to hide, let's say, some exclusive streams behind $8 memberships, but he doesn't even do that. What he did, I was there for this. There was a time when he was just doing a free stream, just outright anybody can come in and look, and only people with a membership can comment, and people in total were commenting.
Yeah.
And though in the middle of the stream, he turns it into membership only.
Huh.
Yeah, so I'm
That's
like,
kind of a dick move.
it is a dick move, and people were trying to point out, you can't just make everything a membership. There's steps to this. You have to do this and that if you want to make sense. No, I wasn't the only one that tried to tell him good advice on how to handle this. We even told him other stuff that he could have tried to grow his brand, grow his channel. Get extra cash, like say emotes. Extra emotes for if you want to be on his membership. Stuff that's based off of like his content, like say he had a character called Fucked Up Blinds that was just basically based off of a bunch of blinds that were just fucked up in the house he was renting at the time. And so people were asking, why don't you just make an emote of like Fucked Up Blinds, or different shirt guy, liberal Rob, different shirt guy number 2. He didn't listen.
Basically, he was
make
going.
some merch based off of your the stuff that you do in videos. Like, for example, again, liberal Rob, he had half of his face was covered in makeup. The other side wasn't, because liberal Rob, I'm he, she. He did that shit. Maybe like a dead pony to like as a way to like humor people that don't like My Little Pony, something like that. Emotes, shirts, merch, that kind of thing. Didn't listen. We've been telling him we've been giving him free advice of how to grow.
Oh, fuck.
At least a little bit.
There's not a whole lot here.
Because you know how YouTube is when it comes to content makers like Silent Rob, Ace Salieri, Udahar, that kind of thing.
Fucking anybody.
They like guys like that anyway, because these are not Mr. Beast, these are not Game Theory, guys like that, they will take advantage of the algorithm, while guys like Lisa, Silent Rob, Luda, they'll just do whatever the fuck they want,
guys like you and me, the people who the site is essentially built on the backs of the guys who are, we're not out here trying to make ADHD series, we're out here trying to make just, good content.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing: the drama wasn't just on YouTube; it was also on Facebook. Because we even told him there,
Oh,
you know,
dear.
the $8 membership was not a good idea because he was locking again most of his legacy content behind a paywall, as well as his recent stuff. He just would not listen. His wife kept on like deleting comments and banning people from the Facebook group that criticized him. So many ass slickers in there that were just kissing it until their noses were just goddamn deep brown. I mean,
Yeah.
holy crap! Was it a shit show? No, pun intended. After
We were shoving their heads up his ass.
it was to the point that even his most recent streams, he started deleting them when people started figuring out that what he was saying was either lies or just suspicious. Like for example, he said that people that were like doxing him, they're okay. That's not good.
Oh,
But
jeez.
then he said that he got one of his fans to dox them back, and then the next stream after that, he says people were coming to my house. There's like different pizza guys coming to my house. I got pizza calls. I'm like, oh, okay. So you'll accept one guy to dox that guy because he said something in a super chat, but God forbid, like, you get doxxed.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Rob. The fucking he had like
Double standards.
a shit ton of double standards. Like he had a bunch of sock accounts that were trying to put him in a better light on YouTube. Like, you know, saying, "Hey, you rock, Rob. You're great, Rob." A lot of these accounts were not active until now. You know, like saying good
Don't
things
do
about
stuff
him.
like that. You
Just
just
like
don't have
those,
to do stuff like that.
Those dummy accounts were like started up in like 2017 from what I last
No,
heard.
or as recent as, well, I think some of them were in 2017. Some were a little more recent. Some were a little more older than that, but not too old. But yeah, they were just people just figured there were stock accounts because they weren't active until that day. Like straight up, like no profile picture, no favorited videos, no commented videos, no liked videos, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So people figured out that these were stock accounts, and
You couldn't be more obvious, could you?
White Rob was also starting to make fun of Asa, and you know what? Whatever. You know, people are Asa's gonna get made fun of. He's no stranger to that. You know, fat gay fat, ha ha ha. But then he started going after the wife and his kids. Keep in mind that one of the kids is
In the spectrum.
in the spectrum, yeah. Like if you ever watch the recent Asa stream and you hear kid going, if you ever hear a kid going, like a high pitch, that's the kid, and that's the spectrum kid, and Rob's like making fun of like not even like a specific kid, just the kids in general, which means that he's also making fun of that kid. And he's not even like, the kids are loud. Not even like that. Like outright saying, you know, the kids, you know, they're I don't want to repeat it. Not okay. Yeah, I really don't want to repeat it. He even said stuff like Ace's wife was cheating on him, and Ace's like crying to Rob about it, and I'm like, dude, even if that was even if that is true, why are you setting out his dirty laundry like that? I said it in the stream too. Like, I outright said, even if that stuff was true that Rob said about the wife cheating on Asa, it's not only is it none of our business. If it's not true, why are you just airing it out for everyone to hear?
Yeah.
Even if it is true,
Like, hey guys, did you know Ace's wife's cheating on him? Why? Why are you telling us this? Why? Because Asa didn't support you, or didn't know that you're on drugs, didn't give you the money to buy more? I mean, fuck you, that's petty.
I think it was more in the context of he was just trying to show that, you know, he was supposedly his friend at the time.
Okay, but something like that, you shouldn't
and he was
be, like, spreading around.
Okay, true.
Like,
Because I was watching
I don't
Rob's
care
video.
if it's true or not. You shouldn't say that outright anyway.
Right. I was was just saying that as someone who's seen Silent Raw's video actually airing that out, I think it was more so in the context of at a time that he was describing, Aso and I were friends, and I was there for him, but now all of a sudden things are not good between us, and so we're not friends.
Yeah,
Things
the thing about that is that no one knew that Rob was doing badly in any way.
Yeah.
Well, these
No one
douchebags
knew
won't
that
let
he
us
was doing
in.
bad financially, and no one knew that he was on. Nobody knew that Rob was doing in any way bad financially, and nobody knew that he was on
fentanyl,
drugs to begin with. Even when he gave bad excuse after excuse, even when there were signs of him using, most of us didn't even know. Like apparently there was like one stream where he says, "I gotta go to the bathroom," and he goes off screen, and then you hear like a little tapping on the counter, like someone was using a card or something. People.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't know. I thought maybe he was just taking a dump and he was just like tapping something on a sink because he's impatient or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so our reaction to Sonic the Hedgehog has been blocked in Russia.
Of course it was.
So nowhere important.
So the one guy.
Let's see. It's also blocked in Belarus, South Korea, and Japan, but we don't have many viewers in those territories, so
At all.
Yeah.
So what are these?
Go a little further in the timeline. One of his streams showed that it showed him and Ani like in another stream just chilling, talking to his audience, and then he goes on this weird tantrum with his wife, and not even like a playful tantrum, where Ani's playing on a Switch right there next to him, and it looks like he moved his rig like next to the kitchen somewhere because you notice that it's got a different camera angle and everything. And I don't know why I brought that up, but it's just something I noticed. And he says that Ani only plays Animal Crossing. He plays it all day, every day. And she was like, "Oh, but I play other games." And he was like, "Yeah, but that's the only game you ever play. I've never seen anyone play Animal Crossing so much as you do." And he's going on a tirade of how he gets there, this many games to her, and she doesn't play any of them and only plays Animal Crossing in this giant ass tirade. It's almost as if he was going to go into the "why didn't you get this? Are you ungrateful?" kind of thing, almost kind of thing. He deleted that stream.
Yeah, of course he fucking would.
Didn't private it, didn't put it behind a paywall. He outright just deleted it. And then after that, there was another video they posted up where he said, "I'm going to keep the $8 memberships from here on out. There's no changing that. Maybe."
Yep, that was a recent video.
Yeah, you saw that too. And he says something about like the ROM streams no longer being a thing. I think because people kept on begging him for him to do it again. He said. He also said there was going to be a video of him making fun of Minute World and Ace Salieri, but mostly the one about making fun of Minute World, which is the reason why he was so pissed off. And after that, we're moving on to the subject at hand. Minute World made 3 videos in total. 2 of them were criticizing Rob because of the whole $8 thing, but also because
there was also the AI song.
The AI songs,
Guys, before you go on, the name of the band in this club is called DCMC. Does that sound derivative of anything?
AC/DC.
Nah, it's the original band, Do Not Steal.
AC/DC.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Years ago, Rob said that autists were like the nicest people on earth, and he has no problem with them. Years later today, he says that Minute World is a spur, and he's a stupid autist or something along those lines because of his diction and the way he speaks, which should be irrelevant. And when Minute World made those 2 videos, bringing those up, almost right after, Silent Rob, I'm hearing, kicked out every single member of the FDU fan page on Facebook. And then he archived it. And then he sent he made one last post before deleting his entire YouTube channel. And I have the message right here. Let me see if I can get it.
Wait, Message World, who deleted their channel?
Well, Rob, like Silent Rob deleted his entire channel afterwards. Okay, here it is.
Wow.
So keep in mind this. Keep in mind the details are a little
I
hazy.
think that's how you spell vagaries, Yahtzee, but whatever.
But I'm being told that this was after he kicked everyone off of the FDU page, the Face Destroys United fan page. He calls it. He posts, for the better of 18 years, I put my nose to the grindstone, paid my dues, and made thousands of videos considered by many. The funniest content out there, all the while my channel got completely buried in the algorithm. As I was making what ultimately became my last video tonight against a notoriously racist tranny we constantly had huge issues with on FDU that people begged me to get rid of for over a year, and an autistic fucking retard who loved me to the point of wanting to fuck my butt 6 months ago, but now hates me, who sounds like he has a chocolate-covered dick for a tongue, openly attacking a child. I sat there and looked around wondering, why am I even bothering? No one saw.
So hang on, racist,
looked around,
racist
I saw a bunch of
transgender. Are
damn
we talking
backstabbers
about the?
playing both sides.
Are we
That-
talking
that
about the
muffin
lead
cake
from Amelia
movement.
Perez?
I literally don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, don't watch the film. Just watch Jay Longbone react to it. Watch the chat. I'm in there.
I have.
It's a really bad
Let's
movie.
just let Gizmo. Let's just let Gizmo finish
Yeah,
the
go.
story first.
As I was,
yeah,
I'm going to start over from this part. As I was
Okay.
making what ultimately became my last video tonight against a notoriously racist tranny, we constantly had huge issues with on FDU that people begged me to get rid of for over a year, and an autistic fucking retard who loved me to the point of wanting to fuck my butt 6 months ago, but now hates me, who sounds like he has a chocolate-covered dick for a tongue, openly attacking a child.
I'll be right
sat
back,
there and looked
gents.
around wondering, why am I even bothering? You know, I could start over.
No, we got you.
Yeah.
You know what I saw when I looked around? I saw a bunch of damn backstabbers playing both sides like that muffin cakes bundles dicks who spent 18 years pointing out random parts of my vids cause tism, I guess, lol, being like derp 1532 Mr. Clean Bowl Guy mascot in 9,000 videos, but turns on a fucking dime. And also, I saw 46 members, 46 people who bothered to pay the equivalent of a small value meal at McDonald's. When? 2010? Out of the almost 10 million who enjoyed my shit over 18 years. I sure as fuck didn't see anyone sticking up for me after I've stuck up for them for years or took time out of my life to talk to these guys down off the edge. I'm sitting around since 2007 begging for fucking crumbs, never getting one decent opportunity thrown my way in almost 2 decades, and whenever I did try to better my life, most of these fuckers spazzed out. You guys want to shit on Spoonie? Know why he's that way? Retard-ass fuckers thinks that's why I feel for the man. I get it now, he's not wrong. Well, don't worry, because nobody has to ever deal with me again, both online and soon to be offline too, once I find a dealer with a bag.
Lol, LMAO.
I've been struggling and getting absolutely fucking nowhere with that page for years when I deserved way fucking more than what I was given. Well, I'm not begging for crumbs anymore. I fucking tell people that I've been dealing with just a part of it, and then they throw it in my face and use it against me as a negative because I'm not playing ROMs for the 5 millionth time. I've been contemplating killing myself for a while, and those thoughts started creeping into my head yearly, then monthly, then weekly, then it's every day. Now it might be today. Hope so.
Yeah,
Future can shit to give him a chance. Silent Rob, 2007 to 2025. That was what he left with. And what's funny is that Mini World literally downloaded everything from his page, including his membership stuff, because he volunteered as tribute to pay the fee to download the membership-only content. And not only that, but he also downloaded stuff from his side channel, the Silent Rob Show, just in case he deletes that too. So now he's slowly re-uploading everything on his main channel from the main channel, Rob channel, and the side channel, just in case he never comes back. Period. He's also putting it up on archive pretty soon, but don't know when that'll be. So yeah, that's the end of Silent Rob, I guess.
Yeah, don't. Man. Threatening fucking suicide. That's. I don't wanna. That's kind of freaky. Okay.
No comments.
That's just.
I don't believe
that's
him.
just low. I don't believe you.
I don't believe him. Yeah, no one believes him. Like even if he were to kill himself, the thing about suicide guys is that they don't write something like this.
Yeah, it almost sounds like attention, not a cry for help.
Yeah, it almost sounds like one of those guys that'll say they'll kill themselves. They have like a knife right there, but they don't even try to point it anywhere.
Yeah, you're holding
like,
the blunt knife up to your neck, and it's like, I'm gonna fucking do it, and it's like, okay.
So here's the thing, though. I've stuck up for Rob for a lot of things. Like people have been saying, no, he's an asshole. I was like, no, he's just over exaggerating. No, but he said this. Yeah, but he's clearly joking. Yeah, but he also said that. Yeah, but again, that's over exaggeration. I've defended him for a while now because a lot of the stuff he does say is strictly opinion, and the stuff that is factual, while he does say it in a comedic way, you know, it's one of those when he's right kind of things. You know,
yeah.
like, you know, and the thing is, you know, when Rob is right, he's right, and when he's funny, he's funny. You know, and he doesn't always get into politics, and when he does, it's like the most like footnote way that people can understand. So it's like, okay, whatever. But then he started doing all this, and it's like it's getting harder and harder to defend him, and then it's like I can no longer defend him. It's like, dude, what were you doing? What were you thinking? Like, dude, no one just pops up an $8 membership like that and think, yeah, everything's gonna be just fine.
No.
In fact, I think the moment the $8 membership was a thing, that's when shit hit the fan. Because, like, okay, you're a guy who's been around for years. You're a legacy content maker. You've been around to witness not only the star rating disappear, but also reply videos go away, reply girls go away, speed
go away,
annotations go away, annotations come back. You've seen Spoonie rise and then fall and then just become limbo. Stuck in limbo. You've seen Nostalgia Critics website come up and then go down. You've seen James Rolfe go into this odd limbo state as well. You stuck around from all of this. You stuck around from all this and you didn't learn a damn thing. And what's funny is that there's a guy called Radical Rick who was so against the guy because he kept on saying that he's e-begging. All because he has super chats. Yeah, and while this is the same guy that also has ads in his videos.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he's right. He's still wrong about e-begging. But when you start saying you want to charge $8 just to look at content from like 11 years ago.
So, Kumatora is demanding that we get ourselves cleaned up. Should we comply with her demand or no?
Go ahead.
Also, I exist.
Hi, Sonic.
I didn't say anything to... Yeah, I was waiting for Gizmo to say his little thing.
Anyway, should I comply with her demand or should I say no?
Time to get clean.
No.
Anybody else?
Get clean on your own time.
Yeah.
We've been involved in some shit, but I don't think we've ever been involved.
Okay, majority says.
We've been involved in some shit, but I don't think we've been involved in shit that's as serious as what Rob was doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, for the short time I've been here, nothing too.
Oh my God, woman!
Yeah. Wow. A bit extreme.
I mean,
Like now,
I mean,
I'm wondering. Now I'm wondering what's gonna happen.
After showering, the three converse at great
I mean, the
length,
closest
almost
we've
as if
gone
filling
was that
in the
incident
3-year
on
gap
the
that
thing.
had separated them.
Yeah.
They discussed the rescued monkey. They discussed
know,
the
you know.
hummingbird egg from Oso Castle and how it went missing. They discussed the fact that one of the DCMC band members appears to be an
Makes me wonder what's
amnesiac
gonna happen
duster. And they
Yeah,
discussed
donut
the mi-
alert I have where it's just a picture of Rachel Maddow. No, not Rachel Maddow. Fucking that fat bitch.
the mysterious
That
army
fat
that
bitch
had,
from Netflix,
had
that
radically
Netflix
transformed
series,
Millie Village.
My
As if,
pussy
assemb-
stinky bitch.
as if
Uh,
assembling the jumbled pieces of a jigsaw
Amy
puzzle, they told
Schumer?
each other
Amy
what they
Schumer.
knew,
Like,
who to put their
I have a
thoughts
donut
together.
that has her popping up with
It's
her,
coming battle,
with her
will not
fat
be
self
easy.
showing off full screen, and it has Silent Rob just
Gonna
going,
be
"You are too fucking fat." Now I'm wondering what I'm gonna do with that.
On this time that Lucas truly
It's
began
hilarious.
to have such feelings.
It's too when it pops up out of nowhere. It's just Rob saying Amy Schumer's fat. But now it's gonna be like, who's that? Who is that? I never heard of that. I never heard of this man anywhere. It's like,
We can smell the bullshit from here.
it's like, oh, this guy's funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's his name? His name's Silent Rob. Oh, why? How haven't I seen him anywhere? Because he deleted his channel because he wanted Fent.
I don't know, Kumatora. Duster isn't really all that well acquainted with
unfortunately,
us.
That's kind of the whole thing with some old YouTubers.
I'll be back. I got this.
All right.
And again, I mean, that's the thing with some old YouTubers. You either die gracefully, or you live long enough to see yourself as the villain.
Yeah,
And
that
I've
is what I
unfortunately
would
seen a lot of people I looked up to over the years who helped me learn how to make videos and stuff go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
Scott
that is my-
Frericks.
And then, I mean,
For
at least
me-
it's better than the people who were rotting from the very beginning.
For me, it was
Yeah, well-
Maximilian.
Yeah.
Yes,
Man,
Tony was.
Yeah, he's still alright.
I'm glad I'm not following NecroVMX anymore because, boy, I can only imagine.
Suddenly we're feeling feverish, so
crazy.
that means
Ring around the rosy, pockets full of posies.
ashes, they all fall down.
Yeah. I can only imagine how crazy his reaction to the election night was.
Oosh, yeah. So much coping and seething. That's all I can say.
Well, let's just say that one Eric Vale has decided to make a how not to advertise your Twitter account to Uinadia. And recently,
Hell yeah.
the Twitter account essentially be having his banner be "fuck Donald Trump," and in his
Okay, green trousers, why not?
and essentially
You know what? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Rocking a new outfit.
Here's something funny I want to bring up.
Yeah.
Guilty Gear is getting an anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew about it.
Yeah.
It's
there was some,
looking kind
there
of.
was-
And
There was some
You know what the
controversy. around
I
when that
know what
happened.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I know about the Bridget thing.
Just apparently not good focus. Yeah. So I guess they're correcting it back.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I'm
Look, we've been through this Bridget gender thing before. I'm not
Bridget
this
isn't.
again.
Bridget's not transgender. Bridget's a guy that looks like a girl because of
They need to.
because of some shit like fucking like superstition they had in the village she was born in.
You know,
Now in the
with it.
current story,
You know what needs
she
to
is
happen.
now goes by she now.
You know what needs to happen in the next Guilty Gear game? We need to see Bridget with a big old dwarf beard, and he needs to be built like Arnold.
why?
Bridget, ever since that one incident where people kept calling him a girl in the last game, he decided to go to the gym, start lifting every weight in the place.
Well,
I hate to be that.
Now he's insisting people call him Brad.
I hate to
like
be.
like that.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy of the actually guy, but actually, yeah. If Bridget was like that, that would pretty much kill me. whenever good things happen during the story arc.
I don't care. I think it would be really fucking funny.
I feel like that's
Maybe
funny
before
as like
Strive, maybe before Strive, but this is
well,
post
no, I
Strive.
feel like that's funny as on like an arcade spoof ending.
Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like we should do it then.
Then in the next Guilty Gear game, Bridget's gone and Brad is there, and Brad is like 25 years old. He's got like a wife and 5 kids.
Yeah, okay, now you're
even more insult to injury.
Yeah, that'll put the FGC players of Guilty Gear Strive to shame.
Actually, we don't really give a damn.
And to shut
Hey,
up.
Nobody.
It's really the people who don't play Guilty Gear. It's kind of.
Yeah, it's how I knew about this was all through technicals. Basically making videos on exposing the Strive community.
You know who else has been exposed? Crunchyroll.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Crunchyroll.
Big surprise.
Here's the thing. There was a Crunchyroll data leak recently, but the thing is, people have come to the conclusion that it's not like the website having a leak, and in that it was more like data scrapes, because found surveyed. Sure. Okay. Upgrade unit found. Jobs. Oh. 0 to 5 planets surveyed.
Yeah.
Upgrade unit found.
Even heard about like basically the VAs at Crunchyroll, they don't even get like free products or something for like shows they
Not
work
anymore.
on nowadays. Yeah.
Not anymore. You used to get people who worked for Funimation used to get copies of their work. They don't do that anymore at Crunchy stuff.
Crunchymation.
You know, why bother then? You know, I never liked Crunchyroll. Like after
Crunchyroll is a website. Crunchyroll as a website was always really lame, and then they went official and they got worse. Yeah, back when it was still free. And then they went official in it, and things got worse. And then they got bought by Sony and merged into Funimation, and that got worse. And then the Right Stuff store got sold. And frankly, guys, I understand why, Sony cuts you a big check. It's hard to turn that down. Why did you... why did you sell out to those guys? I understand it's it's the Facebook thing, Facebook Oculus Rift thing, where it's difficult to turn down on a massive fucking check.
Money.
But Sony now
comes the
owns so
money.
much, and they fucked up. Like the Right Stuff store was so good,
Yeah.
and the Funimation store is so. The Funimation store was never good, and the Crunchyroll store is essentially just the Funimation store, but worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aren't
I
they
don't-
trying to release Ruby on Crunchyroll? Like the next season?
They maybe.
Honestly, I forgot Ruby was still a thing. I thought it was dead.
Yeah. I kind of stopped giving a damn about Ruby and when we lost Monty.
Yeah,
Ruby
I think I
stopped
stopped
being-
caring after, I don't know.
Oh,
being
dear.
Good in season 4. It stopped
That's
being
kind of
something
the
I cared
popular.
about in season 6.
Yeah, that's pretty much the popular consensus. After season 4, it's all downhill.
Yeah.
I mean, I stopped watching after, I don't know, when Getting Bomb showed up. Nothing.
And then they had
Now I only keep up
like fucking the Ruby video game that's still available on Steam for some reason with no DLC
yeah.
updates.
Jesus.
Ruby X Justice League Part 1, Ruby X Justice League Part 2.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Honestly, the only thing...
Not even the comic was good of Ruby X Justice League. And then Ruby
Well, how
went to the
could it have
DC
been?
universe.
Meanwhile,
And not even that was good.
Yeah, I think
It's
the only good
funny.
plus...
It
I
was
think the
funny,
only good...
but like not good. Like it was funny
the only-
seeing it was funny seeing like Alfred literally just materialize snack foods and drinks that match the Team Ruby's personality.
Oh man,
It was
even
funny
that came out of the
that
Ruby costume was
Nightwing.
just a video
It was
game.
funny that Nightwing's like aura, not aura. What was it? Semblance. It was
Semblance?
Funny, it was funny. Yeah, it was funny knowing that Nightwing's semblance when Ruby came there was literally just giving everybody a moral boost. Because again, nobody hates
And
Nightwing.
I remember when Semblance used to be cool.
But then it's like I'm seeing Blake talk shit to Batman.
Yeah, she's the wrong person
Fuck
to
you.
do that.
Yeah.
Consider what she's done.
Like, it would make more sense if it was Weiss, not Blake.
it just sounds almost somewhat out of character with Blake.
No, like
It's kind of
Blake
funny how Blake.
someone is not out of character, but when it's Batman, then no, it's out of character.
Oh, Blake, you used to be one of the fan favorites, and now after you're kind of the worst Ruby character, arguably. It's kind of funny how my stances on each Ruby member kind of changed over the years. First, it was Yang was the favorite, now Weiss is the favorite, and Blake is hated. And Ruby hasn't changed, she's still there.
Which show do you think had the most bad luck, Ruby or Young Justice?
The answer is yes.
Ruby.
So Ruby had good animation and choreography for a bit, and Young Justice never had a good plot.
And
Like
Ruby
at
did.
first,
I mean, we didn't know much of a plot. I mean, I guess we're only based on Monty Ohm's incomplete notes. So
we don't know
who's to
what.
say how much it was Monty and how much was just the staff filling in the gaps.
We don't like necessarily know what Ruby could have been, because for all we know, they had a plan that would have turned out great. With Young Justice, like, they had a plan for stuff we never saw.
Yeah.
Or had yet to be animated, or at the very least.
No, I'm talking about like the Justice League stuff. The plans
Oh.
that they had for the
Well.
show were like the stuff that they had was scant, and the stuff they didn't make a whole lot of sense anyways.
Yeah. Alright, let's see.
A sec.
What I got here. Alright, here's something, I guess a trope we could talk about. Hey, what's a favorite example of this trope? A character that's been hyped up but barely used. Anyone got any examples? I'm just...
Reset.
Here's mine.
Because I lost
Here's
all my
here.
items.
Go ahead and go right ahead.
Here's mine, I guess, Adam Warlock from the MCU.
Oh,
Yep.
Conan the Barbarian in Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Salem?
Saberhagen.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, Snoke from the Star Wars, new Star Wars.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Snoke be like, can we skip the part that rips off Return of the Jedi?
No.
So I'm just dead then?
No, we're going to do.
Oh yeah, Sienna Khan, the White Fang leader. Yeah, she was hyped up and then got killed literally in the same scene she was in.
There was a lot of characters that they wasted as just cameos or one-offs in Ruby, like
Oh yeah, the Green Lantern
most
box
of the characters
and
you saw in the
Arrow.
Vital Festival.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that. And there's also Macaulay from Street Fighter 5.
Oh yeah, him.
Oh, what wasted potential.
He had
Even
such
though,
a great design.
No, fuck.
yeah. Even even though like the gravelly voice, like I see what they were trying to go with. He's supposed to be like an unstable like being.
I mean, we had so many fears of what he could be. Some said he was like the truth and the Dark Hondo. Some,
But I already had.
Yeah.
but no,
Yeah.
he's just some random ancient spirit here to eat people, only to get jobbed by everybody. And then he got jobbed by literally everybody.
He was basically the punching bag.
Being job indicates that he was around.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry.
Yeah,
in
but he didn't do
WWE.
anything needingly. He was around, but what exactly good did he do? What impact did he have on the plot? Yeah.
I mean,
Like, it's one to get jobbed, but it's one to not do anything with those jobbing. I mean, Vegeta gets jobbed, but he's still a memorable part of the plot.
Chad's also an example.
And becomes an essential.
And also
character
Chad.
too.
And also,
Yeah.
Chad.
Chad at least.
Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead,
here's a good
Kevin.
example. Basically every movie villain in Dragon Ball Z and GT
I mean,
in this
Baby
one
was
also
alright.
that isn't Broly. How many people have you How many people have you seen use Slug, Turles, Nappa, Cooler?
I've seen a lot of
Mega
Nappa,
Cooler,
surprisingly.
Mega
Nappa,
Frieza,
surprisingly.
and
Yeah.
Whis.
Let's
Is this
see. Are we talking
for-
DP battles or single? If we're talking DP battles, then I see a lot of Nappas. But if we're talking single battles, then yeah, you're right. And the occasional Whis.
Right, and that's what I'm getting at. Only one of them is used more regularly than the other ones. Nobody is using Slug. Nobody is using Turles. Nobody is using the fucking Space Pirate.
So, I mean, that's not really the character. That's mostly because, you know, the top character is so ungodly overpowered that why bother using them when you can just use better choices? I mean, why? Yeah, exactly. You think people play
They're too
Barf-
chicken shit to use anyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
At least when
They
you're choosing
play
Goku,
ranked.
Vegeta, at least when you're choosing Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Krillin, Yamcha, Trunks, it's like, okay, yeah, you clearly have a favorite. You know, you like Saiyans and you like the Z Fighters, whatever. But then it's like you're outright choosing fusions and Super Saiyan 4s and Legendary.
I like GT Goku, but I always start in base form, man. I gotta earn the Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah.
I wanna earn it.
I
It's
know
like-
the feeling.
It's like in Street Fighter 4 tournaments when everyone was either picking Sagat or Ken.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's
If
kind
we're
of a
talking-
fighting
yeah.
game, darkest thing, the meta.
Yeah.
Everybody's
fact,
gonna pick their top character.
Yeah.
And unless that game is either, you know, Blaze Blue where everybody's broken or
You know, what
you know,
Go ahead.
yeah, go. Oh no, I was.
Right, yeah, because I was there around the time when Street Fighter 4 was all the hype. Like, I was kind of watching it from the sidelines. Like, God was one of those characters that wasn't
He was
very risky to use, but it was like definitely was predominantly used.
I mean, the first version of Street Fighter
Yeah,
4, the God kind of took over with occasional characters.
that's why I said Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said Street Fighter 4. No Super, no Arcade, no Ultra. Like, straight up just vanilla Street Fighter 4.
But then, yeah, because like Arcade Edition, because that was made when arcade owners in Japan got pissed. Like, hey, that's cool, you released Super Street Fighter 4 for consoles only, but there's a problem because people aren't coming to the arcades, and we want a version to appease the arcade people. And then, yeah, Yun and Fei Long were the predominant like top ones that were, like, I guess overpowered wise. But
Potassium.
I really hope they bring back Fei Long in Street Fighter 6. I miss him so much.
Look, man. If we are getting our DLC pack, for the love of God, no more Street Fighter 2. I mean, I know Fei Long's cool, but come on, I'm sick of Street Fighter 2.
No, I have
All the
no
Street
problem.
Fighter 2 characters should have been default characters.
yeah,
No, I
They are
have
default
no problem with
characters.
Street Fighter 2
Problem with the
characters.
But it's like-
roster.
the base roster we got like the original 8 World Warriors. But it's like,
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Who the fuck cares about Honda?
Everybody.
I like E-Honda.
I like E-Honda. I've beaten people with E-Honda.
Okay, outside of Street Fighter 6.
I'm happy with some of the choices we're getting. The SNK reps, Terry and Mai, which
Yeah, but I'm
He's an
talking
SNK guy.
before the DLC. Before the DLC.
If you're gonna
Right,
have
right.
half of the Street Fighter 2 cast, you're gonna have to need the other half.
yeah,
look,
like
man,
get the essential ones.
Look,
And dude, it's a
with the original
PS5 game. It's an Xbox Series game. You can't give me an excuse like, oh, they can't fit that many characters. Bullshit. You've seen Ultra Street Fighter 4 and how many characters they put in the 360 console.
I mean, for
Yeah,
God's sakes, like
okay,
they got the whole Super Street
Look,
Fighter
man,
2
maybe it's
Turbo
just a
Flash.
Street Fighter 3 fan in me just saying, but look, the game Street Fighter just takes place literally after Street Fighter 3. So I expect Street Fighter 3 characters. Where's Alex? Where's Shaw? Or
They showed one and they fucked up in Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 5 has the excuse of this takes place before 3, so half of those guys weren't even in. This is 6.
Here's my thing. With the exception of M. Bison, because, you know, fucking die already.
I'm not saying the roster's bad.
Characters should make a comeback once again just to show. No, I get what you're saying, but like, you need them regardless. Because see, look what happened to Street Fighter 3, look what happened to Street Fighter 5. Either way you slice it, none of them did any good when they excluded most of the Street Fighter 2 cast.
Yeah, but I get it though.
Oh.
At least people love Street Fighter 3 now. It took a while.
No, now they do. They don't like Street Fighter 3 though. They like
They like Third Strike.
Fighter 3 Third Strike. How many people have you heard say, yeah, I would like playing Street Fighter 3 online? No, you hear them say, yeah, I like playing Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Yeah.
Maybe Second Impact, but not 3.
Fine. Look, man, at least...
Oh, come on!
Look, the roster's not bad. I mean, sure, we got some... I mean, I know it's not completely... I mean, the new characters are great, and yeah, we got returning, you know, Jury and...
Vodka coming right up.
So... But, look, my only issue was that there was, like, 0 Street Fighter 3 rep. Like,
they've been adding Street Fighter 3 characters, and they slowly started appearing.
Let's try this again with a bit more feeling.
Look, it's just that when you tell me that Street Fighter 6 takes place after 3, I was like, excited, like, oh shit, we're finally gonna see, like, having it now. Capcom has the excuse to bring back Street Fighter 3, because 5 at least has the excuse to just take before the game. Like, I want to know what happened to Dudley, or freaking Alex, or Sean.
Yeah, that was literally me with Street Fighter 5 for some of the...
Is your name Hole? Yes, that would be Hole.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
Soccer,
maybe even bring back, or
for.
hell, maybe you could try to make Remy cool somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, you did with Ed. Look,
like,
they made
like,
Ed cool. If they can make Ed
The truth
cool,
is
then they could probably try something with Remy.
Ed was
Or hell, maybe try again with 12.
Costumes are modern bullshit.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
like, the way he played in 5 was a bit weird. It was almost like a prototype to the modern controls for 6.
Yeah.
It was just modern Balrog. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was like, Balrog was like the heavy hitter.
I'm not
he was
responsible
like the light
for this
hitter.
invisible man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still played Balrog over Ed, but yeah, I can.
Here's my thing: if they're gonna, regardless, they're gonna have to, and we know they're going to eventually. If they are going to add the entire Street Fighter 2 cast, minus some Bison because he was already revealed, and again, please die already. They're gonna have
For
to
you,
go
the day
to
Bison
Street
died
Fighter
was
2
the most
cast.
important day of your life. For Bison, it was Tuesday.
Yep, pretty
So not only
much.
would they have to age up the entire Street Fighter 2 cast like they did Ryu, Chun-Li, Ken, Cammy, and so on, they would also have to bring back the Street Fighter 4 cast as well as the Street Fighter... The Street Fighter 3
Street Fighter
cast. But
6
here's the
has
thing.
all the Street Fighter 2 characters are aged up.
No, if you go for the Street Fighter 3 cast, by that time they wouldn't have aged up as much as the Street Fighter 2 cast. Because the
here's
Street
the
Fighter 2
thing,
cast
though.
would have already been, what,
Ken literally
40s or
mentioned
50s,
Sean.
like that?
Yeah.
You see a picture of what he looks like now in the modern day, so they're still around.
Yeah.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is that if you're going to bring back Street Fighter 2 cast and have them age, You also have to bring out the other ones, but you cannot age a Street Fighter 3 cast as much as, say, the Street Fighter Alpha or 2 cast, because
Dude, this is Capcom. Do you really think they're gonna care?
by this point, Gen is already dead. Gen is already dead at this point. Let's just face facts. Gen is dead. Rolento is probably retired. Rolento's probably retired. Cody's probably
Hate to
still
be that guy, but Gen's still alive. Yeah, apparently he survived. Sakuma. Yeah, apparently he showed up in Street Fighter 6 story.
Okay,
Even
then.
Ryu mentioned him, so yeah. Akuma still has not killed a single man.
Capcom does not give a shit about continuity. Like the Devil May Cry games, the fucking Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
There's
now they're doing like Crimson Street Fighter. But
second to last Resident Evil game had Chris sounding like he did when he was, back in Resident Evil 1, and looking like he did in Resident Evil, like 5 or 6 rather.
Regardless, though, they're now actually going forward with the Street Fighter.
Yes, which I'm glad.
Timeline, and no longer going in between or going flashbacks like they did with Alpha and 3 and 4. They have they're gonna have to age up the Street Fighter 2 cast, but they're gonna have to only very minimally age up the Street Fighter 3 cast because everybody from 2, 4, and Alpha have aged quite a bit. And we're talking about 3 though, and like we're following the actual Street Fighter timeline. At this point, it's very minimal how much.
Yeah, but
Street Fighter 3 cast is age. Think about it. Remy, Alex, 13, all those guys, Oro. None of those guys would have aged as drastically as Ryu or Ken or Chun, because those guys, if we're going by their age from Street Fighter 2, they're like in their 40s or 50s at this point. Guys from the Street Fighter 3 cast, they have to have at least aged a lot less than that, like a decade, maybe less than that.
Yeah, Ibuki probably wouldn't be all that much changed up.
I mean,
like Ibuki is probably like what, in her 20s at this point or something like that. Remy's probably Remy's probably like college age at this point. Maybe Oro's probably like maybe a little bit aged up, but because he's already old as fuck, it's not gonna really matter.
Damn it.
It's minimal. The aging up for Street Fighter 3 cast is minimal, unlike Street Fighter 2, 4, and Alpha.
Look, I mean, I get what you mean. Yes, I understand. And I do say we're sort of kind of getting Street Fighter 3 love with the DLC because Elaine is coming out after Mai, so we are getting some Street Fighter 3 rep with Elena. Hope she's not as cheap as she was in 4.
She's gonna be cheap.
Probably with healing.
I'm gonna leave that in, you know that.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's literally her main super art. I'm gonna probably make it level 2 at least.
I want my boy Cody to come back, man.
Yeah,
God, fucking damn it, my ship is damaged again. I just cleaned up this place. Can we keep it clean for 10 minutes?
I mean, we could all go for our dream DLC pack. Yes, he was.
Yeah, Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5, what happened was that after he got out of prison, Mayor Hagar gave him the mantle of mayor for Metro City.
So
you know what? That's actually something I did.
Why did he go to prison, by the way?
Cody went to prison because after he saved his girlfriend in Final Fight 1, he got so bored and
he got punched happy.
Did he become a vigilante?
What's that word?
Kind of.
Well, kind of, sort of. So afterwards, he was just so bored and so depressed because that was the height of his life. That was like the peak of his life. Because he was fighting like robots and gang leaders and all this and ninjas and shit, that he got so bored after that, he started fighting literally anybody he thought could give him a fair fight, and was sent to prison. And then once he heard, other stuff started happening, like M. Bison shit, he broke out of prison willingly and went and depending on what happens, He willingly goes back to prison afterwards.
All right, that's why he's wearing the prison garb in that one game.
He's
And,
only
uh,
straight
that-
from
Wait, you
funny
don't
thing about
hold
that-
him back.
Funny thing
technically.
about that, funny thing about that, he leaves the cuffs on just to make things easier for his opponent.
Yeah, he could take it off at any point, but he doesn't.
It's kind of like Shadow.
And in my opinion, Cody has, in my opinion, one of the best English voices in the game.
Yeah.
Like he was so into it. It's like, you want to start fighting for real now? Like,
Oh yeah, Street Fighter
Dear.
4 voice is really good.
I mean, they did Captain in 5.
well,
Like they did with
well
Frank
now,
West.
let's see what I can do about this boredom. I'm still.
And
Yeah, if there was a
Leon.
Street Fighter character I want to cosplay as, it's gotta be Cody. It's gotta be Cody or Dan.
Are we talking about which Leon are we talking about? Are we talking about like remake Leon or
Yes.
Is OG RE4.
because like RE4 Leon, RE6 Leon, I like those Leons. Like Matt Mercer, or whether he's a dick or not, he's a good voice for Leon. But
I mean, they're
like,
probably gonna go.
the new
Yeah.
guy bothers me, and
Considering it's modern Capcom, they're probably gonna go with the remake.
Yeah. You know what? I think I told Kevin about this, that I was so upset over some of the casting changes from 5 to 6.
Yeah. I mean, I do miss Ruben as Ken, but I mean, new guy does
Yeah.
a right job.
Yeah. And even on the Japanese side, like Bison, for example, he's not voiced by Norio Wakamoto. They got
Really?
Titan
They
Kus-
changed that.
Yeah, they got the guy who voiced him in the Japanese dub of Wreck-It Ralph.
well, at least they got
funny.
somebody who's done the voice before.
Oh,
Yeah,
breaking news. Breaking news, there's leaks about the
Yeah.
Switch 2.
Oh, more.
It's Switch 2 hardware improvements as well as the game launches.
Ooh.
Let me read the improvements. Larger screen, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, we knew
Drift
that.
Joy-Con.
Yes.
I'll
which is
believe that
also
when I
obvious.
see it.
Magnetic attachment. Magnetic attachments.
Yeah, that was already
worries-
revealed.
Yeah.
That
was-
worries me though. That worries me because
Well, that was revealed with the Switch 2 announce trailer.
right. But when they said it, they actually said that they were trying to experiment with this before, but they settled with the current design of the regular Switch because they were afraid that the magnets would mess with the components and stuff like that.
What I figured, yeah.
Mouse-like function.
Yeah, I'd be
feel
worried
like
about that
I
too.
feel like
'Cause
I feel like that just shows how they're gonna connect and not actually gonna be sticking out of the console.
You'd hope
Yeah. I just hope they figure out a way to not make that an issue.
I hope so
in
too.
the long run.
I hope so too.
I guess we'll wait
I
and
trust
see.
more Nintendo more than I do Sony at this point.
I mean,
Mouse
I'll probably get it. I mean,
mouse-like functionality, and these are for PC style games.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see the Switch version of certain shooters play better than the PS5 version.
Oh, come on!
I'm getting there. Flex
Ugh.
flexible kickstand. So they redesigned the kickstand again. Whatever. I'll judge it when I actually get my hands on it.
Yeah.
Now for the launch games that are leaked.
This is such
The first
bullshit.
The
new
first
Mario
party
Kart?
titles. The first party titles are Mario Kart 9, which will support 24-person races
This
in
is-
multiplayer mode.
Oh wow.
Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, they
Legend of
canceled my
Zelda.
pre-order for that.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild remaster.
That better be fucking free.
That better
Yeah.
be good.
Jesus. I remember when I bought my Switch, Actually, that was the only game I played until Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out in. The farthest
Is it gonna come with the DLC Breath of the Wild remastered?
They better.
You know what? That's a good question.
Maybe
I want that.
Legend of Breath of the Wild
that should be put on a
Definitive Edition. Breath of
Yes,
the Wild
it does.
Definitive Edition, maybe.
Unknown Legend of Zelda remake, and it's going to be of a classic title.
That's gonna be either
If
A Link
it's,
to the Past or Link's Adventure Zelda 2.
Which one? The classic or Zelda 2? I'm gonna.
That's always been technically a remake of Breath of the
Again,
Wild.
next
I'm gonna take a step. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and pull out the Joker card, and I think it's gonna be Zelda 2.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Zelda 2 as well.
Yeah. I accept.
Zelda 2 is the
2D
black
side
sheep of the
scroller.
family.
It's just like the black red-headed sheep of the family. New 3D Super Mario Bros. Game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could be anything. Well, whatever. Yeah. Pokemon
Mario
Legends-
Kong Country.
Don't give them ideas.
What Pokemon game did they announce?
Pokemon Legends Z through A.
Oh,
Oh,
ZA.
X and Y
That's
games.
so
I'm
So
gonna
that's gonna
say
be
Z
X.
through- I'm
remakes
gonna
of
call
X
it
and
Z through
Y.
A. Excuse me. Now for the third party titles. Halo: The Master Chief Collection.
I'm
What?
buying that.
Woo!
I'm buying that.
Maybe.
Doom:
Yeah.
The Dark Ages.
I'm buying that too. I've got all the other Doom games on Switch.
Metaphor: Refantasio.
I don't give a
Oh.
shit.
You want to give a shit even less? Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Oh, fuck off. Assassin's Creed hasn't been good since AC4.
I'm gonna head out.
Oh,
Not everybody.
Diablo 4.
Right.
Diablo hasn't been good since Diablo 3.
Don't you have
DOA.
Technically Diablo 2. Why can't we get Diablo 2? 1 and 2 for the
Blizzard is
Switch?
a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
Also,
No.
they think they know what you want more than you do.
Yeah, well, it's like that PlayStation
I guess that's why
guy
they
who
brought up
said-
Diablo Immortal.
Yeah, it's like that PlayStation guy who says, you don't want... Why would anybody want to play these old games? Well, these old games are better than your new games.
Right, exactly.
It's like, it's the reason why people keep going back to the GameCube, PS2, Xbox Spider-Man 2, and they don't want to go back and play your stupid fucking not Venom game. And now we won't even get to see... They don't even have the goddamn DLC finished.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I know they canceled it.
3 more. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
Who the fuck
No.
cares?
God. Jesus.
Red
Christ.
Dead Redemption 2.
Nope.
Okay.
Two.
Okay, that's cool. Where's one?
Where's the first
Oh,
one?
that was already ported.
Oh, that already got ported?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's got
right.
ported.
Oh, that's right.
Why do you think they're releasing 2 for the Switch 2? And lastly, Tekken 8.
Yeah.
Oh!
You know, we're gonna get to watch the horse scrotum shrink in real time on the Switch, too.
We don't know. They have only the leaks only say what games are going to be announced for it when it comes
Damn
out.
it!
And speaking of announcements,
Yeah.
we're going to get the official announcement on April 2nd, which I really think is ill timing considering it's the day after April Fool's.
Yeah.
There's going to be more detail on the pricing and pre-orders, as well as more games that are lined up for the Switch on that day too.
And I am.
Well,
if they're gonna announce a special edition of some kind, I maybe consider.
It really depends on the price for me, man. Like,
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, if it's to the point where, fuck your 500 for a Switch, hell no.
Fuck
And
no.
Jesus, the actual one special edition I have is the. Go ahead.
No, don't ever get any game system nowadays that happens to be bundled with a game, because all they're gonna do is
It's
either
always a DLC code.
It's always the
have it
download code,
digitally
like,
installed already, or just give you a code. Yeah, it's a bullshit code shit. Just get it separately. Get it separately.
yeah, I mean, for goodness sakes, look what happened when they did that Smash Ultimate Edition console. Like, the game, you weren't gonna get a physical copy. That was a straight up download code.
I made that mistake. I made that mistake when I got my Wii U. Like, I made that
300.
mistake when I got my Wii U when it came with the new Mario game. I find out it was just a digital copy only. I'm like, fuck off, man. Because it's more powerful and they have more modern specs.
Yeah. Well, then we also have to worry about
They
like
technically are,
tariffs.
considering the prices for PS5 and Xbox Series.
Potentially.
Oh? I don't know where you're getting your console information from, dude. PS5 are 600 plus bucks.
I'm like, what?
No,
The
no,
PS5?
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Regular
that price,
PS5
that's
was-
like the equivalent. The price like
the
that.
regular
you can make a
PS5 was
mini
500.
PC out of that.
But the PS5 Spider-Man edition that I had was like 560, I think it was, or 620 or something like that. And
The thing is, if it was, it's a modern day Sony console, so it's not worth any money considering they have their library is as big as the Virtual Boys library. Like,
Finally!
here's the thing. No, here's the thing though. I'm counting out collections, reboots, remakes, and remasters. So if you take out all of those, technically, PS5 has a library as big as the Virtual Boy's entire game catalog.
a Warp Engine fault. Where's my Warp Engine fault, guys?
Dude,
And
just
we're
play
in
the
Series
Mongo
X has
Game
no
Pass.
Series X has no exclusive games.
It does, but they're a lot less than the PS5 does.
Not
Even
receiving
then,
power. No.
even then, I trust Microsoft more than I do Sony at this point too, because at least they're trying to give you their older games without having to pay a higher subscription.
Yeah.
Because with what
And-
Sony is doing is that when they release Dino Crisis 1 and 2 on the Sony stores.
Oh
you'll
yeah,
only be able to
GOG.com has
play
Dino
them.
Crisis 1 and 2, by the way.
Right. You get to buy them and just play them outright. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you want to play them on the PS5, you have to not just get a PlayStation Network account. You also have to have a higher tier subscription for your PlayStation 5 in order to play the Dino Crisis games and every other PlayStation 1 and 2 game digital.
Which is really stupid. Like people, I remember.
I'm not talking, any subscription will do. You have to get a higher price subscription than the normal subscription. While in the meanwhile, Nintendo and Microsoft, with their respectable consoles, you can
The
just
hell?
pay any subscription and you can play any of their games. Any.
Why isn't the left hand?
I could pay for just 1 month of Xbox Game Pass, and I'll be able to at least play Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X
Lose
games
part of my engines?
as much as I want to. Some for free, some paid. Meanwhile, with Sony, You want to play a PlayStation 1 game? All right, well, pay a little more to get a higher tier subscription, and you're able to play the PlayStation 1 and 2 games now. Fuck you, Sony.
It's like, god dang.
You know what
I
plays PlayStation 1 and 2 games, and I don't have to pay for it? My computer.
You know what?
Oh yeah, but that's gonna be like
It's likely the Labo games that aren't gonna be
Labo and Ring Fit.
No, I feel like the Labo games are going to be compatible. It's just no one's really going to go out of their way and, you know.
Well, the Switch 2 isn't going to be able to fit in the old Labo.
Yeah.
So they can definitely connect via Bluetooth. Whether they'd be able to connect via
the Switch,
like the physical Switch itself, that's probably something that'll last for as long as those components exist, and then once that's out, that's gonna be like that's why I wasn't able to move left and right. Side thrusters are fucked.
Go ahead.
No.
I thought, well, Mexico is one thing, Canada is another thing. I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of funny that Mexico basically is now having to adhere to the deals that they made, like back in the Biden administration, and now, and Canada, like, okay, Canada sells more stuff to the United States than we buy from there, so,
Yeah.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup and Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, we need to.
See,
I've been saying we need to annex Canada.
Call that Jemima.
Well, we don't have to deal with Governor Trudeau anymore. He resigned, didn't he?
Good.
Oh.
Fucking cuck.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay. Well,
why are we even investing in consoles anymore? Let's just invest in PC.
No, we are not investing in PC gaming. PC gaming is the cancer that has destroyed video games, and I will not hear any positive things about it.
So
Don't you mean companies?
No. Here's the thing.
See, here's the thing.
About people saying just PC. When it comes to gaming, I can see why people love it.
See you later, man.
Like at the very least. Okay, see you, man. When people say that PC gaming is the best way to game, I can see why they would like it at the very least, love it at the very most. But to say that it's objectively the best way to game is outright false, because just like how people say the best way to game on consoles is outright false. Because here's the thing, if everything is on PC, what's the point of being a console? Okay, good point.
Exactly.
But no, here's the thing though. What's going to happen to Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony after the game?
Stop disconnecting.
Because PC is the better platform.
It's not a better platform.
It's
so
not.
allow me to.
Can you do mods on games on console compared to PC?
It doesn't matter. Allow me to. Hang on. No. I'm gonna dismantle this entire argument. So here's the big problem. The big problem with PC gaming is that throughout the entire history of PC gaming has been held back by certain bottlenecks. And consoles have been where those bottlenecks were innovated around. So, without consoles, we wouldn't have had a standardized system for reading data off of optical media.
Bon voyage, amigo. In the sky. Please grant our gift.
Such as how... And there's other things that came with the console, such as how a a way to
The
sell
controller, physical media,
physical media, controllers, as well as
physical media that
mascot.
didn't get damaged very easily. Yes. So consoles.
That's one of the bigger issues, yes.
Yeah, consoles have DRM. The DRM on consoles.
That's one of the bigger issues, yes. And while people have been able to crack DRM many times, there are still hundreds, if not thousands, of games that are still hard to work on modern day consoles, let alone PCs.
They're still under the stupid belief that it combats piracy.
Right. While with consoles, you don't have that. You don't have that problem.
Unfortunately, you have other problems now. See, part of the reason why games in general these days are so fucking bloated is because of the high capacity of hard drives. Back when you had stuff like, it had to fit on a DVD or a CD or whatever, or a Blu-ray.
I would say that's more due to the incompetence on the companies and the people working.
No.
Well, yes, but that incompetence was tempered by the fact that if you couldn't fit a game on a disc, it really couldn't ship. And then you had all this stuff where it's like,
in all
okay,
frankness, if you're someone working in a company that's making a game and you can't, how is it that you can't find your way around on how to make a game smaller in size?
That's not the elaborate gesture. So it takes more effort.
So to give you a preview.
Retired or died. Yeah. It's the same thing as they're essentially acting like install discs on PC. Like PC gaming was not built around the ability to live read media off of an optical drive. And so you just wind up with, so Hull found himself a girlfriend. I thought he was married to the hairpiece thing.
Another thing I have to mention is that there's going to be less competition if everything were just to be on PC. Like, just outright.
Yeah, there's already not enough. There's already not enough competition.
Even when there were different types of computers that played different types of games, they at least have their own components and their own tech to basically separate themselves from normal people.
Yeah.
Well,
like the VIC-20, the Commodore 64, Apple computers and stuff like that.
Well, not to interrupt this
their own
tangent, but I'm gonna be calling it for the night.
Yeah, I'm calling it for the night soon too. It's getting kind of late.
Yeah,
so next time on Mother 3, since we made quite a bit of progress despite having to ram my head against a brick wall, well, for God knows how long.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
Man.
we're gonna actually be doing some grinding off screen because we've got an optional boss to fight.
Oh, hang on. Kevin's almost done.
So, we'll see you guys then. You know where to find each of us.